All righty. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? It's Bruce here, Uncle Bruce with Stock Markets with Bruce. Welcome to Friday, August the 27th, 2021. Our
with
last
Stock
Friday,
Markets with Bruce.
our last Friday in August. Welcome one and all to the show, to the trading day today. We're going to try to cover the markets in plain English, and let's hope it goes well. We have an up indication right now on the markets. We're showing the Dow up 81, NASDAQ up 42, S&P up 11. And we've been showing this uptrend all morning pretty well. Big day today. The big focus today from all the worry warts is what we call the Jackson Hole Summit. This is where a whole bunch of theoretically, what would have happened is a bunch of Fed people, policy wonks, all kinds of bond analysts, interest rate specialty people, bankers, all would have congregated this week in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And today would be and is the speech day, the day that the head of the Fed makes the speech about what they think and what they might or might not do about interest rates going forward. And hence why I title today's show, Will Interest Rates Go Higher Today? This is what everybody wants to know. What is the position of the Federal Reserve going forward regarding interest rates? Will they do what's called the taper? And if so, will there be a taper tantrum on Wall Street? The markets are telling you already there's nothing to see here. There's nothing to worry about here. The economy is not suffering from an overheating problem in the US in particular, in Canada, even globally. The world economy is suffering from a supply chain delivery problem. And there are over 6 million jobs in the United States that have not been recreated, have not been brought back yet from before the COVID crisis. And with supply chain problems surfacing again and again and again over vast numbers of businesses, we have got a U.S. economy that will not be functioning at top efficiency for at least another 6 months, maybe a year. And this can be added on to Canada's problems, Mexico, China, all of Asia, all of Europe. The world economy as a whole will not be firing on all cylinders for at least another year. It takes this long for everything to kind of come back on. And with COVID variants flaring up in various areas, this is mucking it up. And you can thank the anti-vaxxers. You can thank them in person. These are the folks that are unfortunately making it possible for whether they are against the vaccine or not is irrelevant. Those who have not vaccinated are the problem. This is what's possible for the virus to keep finding new hosts to invade. The virus is constantly looking to invade hosts, and if you have not been given the vaccine, the odds of you catching the virus are zillion times higher, and the hospitalization numbers prove it out time and time again globally. And so there you have it. If you're not agreeing with my thinking, okay, fair enough. Don't agree, but the bottom line is that hospitalization numbers are at unbelievable numbers in various areas of the planet, especially in the U.S. Canada has its issues too, and we now have 1,000 deaths a day being reported in the U.S. for the first time since early this year. This is a problem that just will not go away and will continue to plague the economies of America, Canada, Europe, and others, because businesses cannot bring employees back to their offices or back to their factory floors or their assembly areas or wherever they're working. They have to have them work remotely. Certain people out there are doing great with the remote from home work thing. It's fantastic. But others are finding, especially businesses, are finding that, yeah, it's okay. We're able to get our admin work done from home. Our auditors, our accountants, our analysts, but our hands-on workers. We need them together to coordinate an assembly of whatever we're making. This is the problem, and this is where we're having issues. And so this doesn't end the supply chain delivery issues. This is just going to exacerbate it. And the thing that is should be right front and center to everyone out there is, it's not that this is a problem in Milwaukee or in Boston or in Atlanta or in Miami or in LA. This is a problem in China. This is a problem back in China. We have got the world's largest container ports shut down in China, where they have total control over everything. I mean, right down to practically, what you are thinking is a crime if you're not thinking properly. If you admit to a friend that you're thinking of, you think that the Western economy is a way to go, and the Chinese Communist Party doesn't think that that's the way to go, you're going to jail to be re-educated. We're going to re-educate you to get your head straightened out. You've got scenarios in China where factories and cities and ports are shut down. If it's happening there, that is supply chain number one. Supply chain problem number one. If you can't get raw goods out of China to the Western world, the rest of the trading world, every country in the world is going to have supply chain issues. And this means the economies are not firing on all cylinders, which means the US economy, the Canadian economy, the South American economies, Africa, Asia, Europe, everywhere will not be running at 100% efficiency, which means we will not have all people back to work as expected or as hoped, which just leads to companies not delivering the bottom line results that they had thought they could deliver by now, after a year and a half of this whole thing. Anyway, there it is. That's the thing. I wanted to mention one other thing this morning before I get too far into this. Any political comments I see coming through here, I'm putting you on a timeout, and if you keep it up, you're out. I'm going to kick you out. Whether you're a member or not, I'm not interested in seeing any political comments here this morning. I'm fed up with it. I just don't need it anymore. So I'm trying to just tell you in plain English what's going on with the markets and the planet. But if you folks are thinking that this is an open forum to attack the current administration, the prior administration, to air your political grievances, I'm kicking you out. It's out there, and I've had enough. Welcome to the channel, but respect it. We're here to talk business, and we're here to talk the markets. I'm not interested in talking about Trump, Biden, or anybody else. I'm just not. Thank you. Let's see what else we can do. The markets, like I say, are up 72. The big markets are saying to the world, yeah, we know that. We know about supply chain problems, and everybody's got their reasons why and whatever. But we investors, and this is a reflection of what investors think is going to happen in the next 6 months to the next year from now. Investors believe that even with all the issues going on in the world, that business will continue to do okay. And markets are at all-time highs. They're within 1/4, 1/2 of 1% of all-time record highs. This is telling me that the investors out there with dollars are quite comfortable to be in the stocks they're in, to be in the markets they're in, and they're prepared to tolerate whatever the economy has to throw at everybody in the meantime. And this talk coming out of Jackson Hole about the possibility of higher interest rates does not seem to be phasing anybody. Doesn't phase, let's put it, not phasing enough people to cause a commotion on the markets. How about that? There are people who are upset and worried all about interest rates, all worried about inflation rates, all worried about supply chain problems, all worried about but the indexes, the Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ, they're telling me, as an observer of this since 78, all is well. It's not bad enough. Whatever's out there is not bad enough to upset the apple cart for future earnings. And as long as interest rates are virtually zero and on an inflation adjusted basis, interest rates are negative. It's cheaper to borrow money than to keep up with inflation. That means interest rates are negative as a whole. Business can thrive in this kind of environment, absolutely thrive. If rates are this low and capital is this available from central bankers around the world, the economy will do just fine. And corporations do not have to pass much of a smell test to make you money. I remember back in the 80s and the 90s, it used to be that if you had a company make 5% more money every year than the year before, the stock would go down. Why? Because inflation was 8%. You had to make at least 8% more money this year than last year to maintain your company's value relative to inflation. If you at work were getting a 4% raise from your employer was slapping you with a pay cut. They were basically saying to you, thank you for coming in. Thank you for working your butt off 40 hours a week or more. Thank you for taking all the abuse that we heap on you and all the objectives we throw at you and all the productivity gains we want you to produce and all that crap. And here's 4% more money for your troubles when inflation is 8. That is a pay cut of 4%. That is an employer saying, screw you. We got you by the short and curlies. You have to come in here. You can't find a better gig anywhere else. We are prepared to risk losing your services. Here's 4%, piss off. And very few employees would walk. And in the US, in many cases in the US, the problem for a lot of employees, they couldn't walk because they had an illness 2 years ago, were covered under insurance for the illness, and they're now labeled an individual with a pre-existing condition. And if you leave your employer and go to another employer, whether it's in the same city, same state, another state, you can't get health insurance through your new employer because you are deemed to be uninsurable because of a pre-existing condition. And in some cases, women were finding that because they had a child, they had a pre-existing condition and now were no longer eligible for certain kinds of health insurance anymore. This kept people locked into their employers and unable to leave because the cost of medical insurance that they had to pay for themselves now was so exorbitant that even if they got a 10% pay increase, they would be less well off. And this was the nightmare that Americans were facing that most other countries don't have. Canada doesn't have this. European countries don't have it. The G20 out there, when you have national health insurance, there are no pre-existing condition limitations. And so as a Canadian, you can move from St. John's, Newfoundland, or Halifax, Nova Scotia, to Vancouver, British Columbia, 5,000 miles west, and you're covered. You're covered, and that's the end of that. A big difference between someone trying to get out of Boston or someone trying to get out of New York or someone trying to get out of Newark, wanting to go to Atlanta or to LA or to Denver or to Seattle. You couldn't have employees move because they couldn't lose the coverage. Now, it might not be for themselves. It might be for their family, their wife, or their children. But there were all of these reasons why Americans could not shift employers to make it a better life for themselves. And this healthcare thing was a nightmare. It still is. It's a little better now, but it was really bad in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s. In any event, the market today is saying, hey, we're okay. We think a year from now, companies competing with a 0% borrowing cost and virtually a very low inflation, even though there's spikes here and there, overall, companies can outdo that. Back in the, like I say, back 15, 20 years ago, companies making 5% more money every year, the stock would get hammered. There would be a sell recommendation. There would be analysts telling investors, avoid this company stock. They don't have what's called pricing power. They don't have the ability to pass on price increases. If they do, they lose market share. If they lose market share, they lose gross amounts of business, which means their expenses are a higher percentage of their gross intake. Even less profitable company. Don't buy this stock. Where today, a company is going, if I raise my prices a 0.5 percentage point every 6 months, if I raise my prices by 1% every 6 months, I can get away with it. And and only Only a portion of that is eaten up by inflation. The rest is net profit to the house. Our efficiency rating keeps climbing up. Our stocks will go higher. This is what's been going on. Of course, PE multiples are another indicator of how stocks are going to trade at. It used to be that if you had a PE multiple of 12 to 15, you were kind of at the top end. Anything over 15, 16 PE multiple, that was expensive. Over 20, unthinkable. Today, we're looking at stocks like Apple and others who are trading in the 30s, and then they come up with earnings reports that just blow the doors off the estimates, and that brings the earnings multiple back down into the low 20s. But low 20s is historically very high PE multiples. But against a zero interest rate environment or close to it, and a relatively tame overall inflation scenario, and with supply chain problems, this will likely continue. See, companies can compete with bond funds. Remember, back in the you may not know this, those of you who are younger, but 15, 20 years ago, before the low interest rate policy was adopted as the normal that we have right now, and all of you growing up who are 35 and younger, 40 and younger, probably, if you're 40 now, low interest rate policies started at least a decade ago. So by 30, and that's when you kind of came out of school finally, roughly started entering the workforce. You've been in a zero interest rate environment almost your entire working adult life. Almost. Certainly 35 and under, no question about it. So you guys do not know and have no concept of what normal actually is in the economy when I talk to you about competing with bonds for investors' attention. Because right now, a bond that is being issued paying 1.5% interest is not getting a whole bunch of people excited out there. But when a bond used to pay 7, 8, or 9% interest, and a publicly traded company with common stock had a yield of 4 or 5%, the investors are going, well, hey, I can buy this company's stock and get a 4.5%, 5% yield, or I could just buy the bond of the same company or a company like this company, and I can get 6 to 8% interest on my money on the bond, and I have more rights as an investor. If there's ever a problem with the company, bondholders have precedence over common shareholders. Why would I buy stock that's giving me 4.5%, 5% yield when I can buy a bond and pull in 7 or 8? And if the government of the United States, or the government of Canada, the government of the UK, government of Germany, if they can hand me 6% interest, 6.5% interest, corporates pay me 8 or 10, why wouldn't I give the USA government its money at 6 instead of buying a stock that gives me 4, 4.5? This is the war, the battle that was going on through the 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, and the 2000s. Governments were already running deficits back then. This deficit thing isn't new. Governments were running deficits back then, and they were competing against the corporate world for cash from bondholders. The bond business was incredibly competitive between governments and business. And the governments that could really keep their spending in check and their revenues okay, they're the ones whose economies did the best, because there was less pressure by these governments for capital against business. And so business could borrow more easily, and maybe a half a point cheaper or a point cheaper than other jurisdictions. Businesses in this region would do better because they didn't have as high a bar to compete up against as other jurisdictions. So when the US economy and the Canadian economy, the British economy, when our interest rates in the 70s and 80s hit upwards of 18 to 20% for you were paying a 13, 14% mortgage on your house with a 5-year term before you could renegotiate, and people were willingly signing up for this. You have a corporation that's trying to compete for capital to expand a factory or build a distribution center or whatever you're trying to do with your corporation. You have to show investors why they should invest in your company, as opposed to just putting money into the mortgage market. Why shouldn't I just lend my money to a company that lends money out for mortgages at 14%? I'll get 12 of the 14. They take 2 to handle it. I get 12% on my money from a whole bunch of mortgages. Why should I lend you money as a corporate borrower at 8%? I don't see the advantage here. Because I'm going to invest in your company that if you don't raise this money and even if you did raise this money and you built this addition to your company and it doesn't deliver a 15-20% return, there's no reason for you to have built this thing in the first place, which means you shouldn't have borrowed the money in the first place, which means the bond might be in trouble because the stock might be in trouble. Why would I play that game? I'd rather lend money to a mortgage broker who then relends that money against real estate that's already standing there, like homes and office buildings and strip malls and so on, because I can seize that asset and the land as the mortgage holder as my protection against lending out this money at 12%. This was part of the competition. Government was desperate for money to handle their deficits. That was competition. And the corporate world and the stock market was under unbearable pressure to deliver phenomenal results every quarter, every half year, every year to maintain their standing. Today, you look at this market, heck, man, 4% yield on IBM stock, 4.5%. That's unbelievably high. It's incredible. You buy IBM stock, you're getting a 4.5% yield. That's outer space interest rates. That's crazy. The U.S. Treasury only pays 1.35% for 10 years. Japan pays 1/100th of a percentage point. Germany pays 0.5% negative on its money. That's how free money is. That's how much money there's going on. Why are the markets at all-time highs? Now you know. The stock market is competing against nothing. It's competing against nothing. There is no bond market that the stock market has to compete against anymore for your money. It's easy to raise money. I was just reading this morning about an hour ago, Apple. I was looking at a filing on Apple. This has been out a couple of weeks. It's nothing new. Something like $5.5 billion was raised by Apple about a month or so ago. Again, another $5.5 billion. Apple has raised money like you can't believe. They are issuing bonds that are good for up to 50 years. I said that right. Apple is issuing bonds that mature from about 5 years, 10 years, all the way up to 50 years. 2061. You can buy a bond right now from Apple that they will pay you back in 2061. And they will pay you interest right now on that bond of about 2%, 2.25%. You can get, you give Apple money for 10 years, they'll give you 1.5%, 2%. You give Apple money for 3-4 years, they'll pay you 0.5%. There are bonds out there that Apple has issued that are paying less than a percentage point on cash. Why does Apple need to raise money? They don't, but they do. And why are they? Because they're not going to pay U.S. taxes. This is an American company out of Cupertino, California, a beloved company around the world, adored by its customers. These guys would rather borrow $100 billion offshore through bond issuances, or well, actually they're borrowing it domestically. They're borrowing money through New York bankers, Goldman Sachs and JP Morgan, all the big boys. They're raising all this cash for 0% to 2% interest up to 50 years out to do what with it? Buy back their own stock. They're just buying back their own shares, and they're reducing the number of shares outstanding every quarter, just by little by little by little. Might be 0.5 percentage point per quarter, maybe 1% per quarter. They're borrowing the money, they're paying the interest, they're writing the interest off as a deduction against U.S. income, so they pay less in taxes to the tax man. They're not using any of the cash they have offshore in Ireland or anywhere else. They have 200 billion, whatever the number is. It's a staggering number of billions of dollars offshore. They could use that money to buy back the stock. But in order to do that, they have to first, technically under the IRS taxation rules, they have to repatriate the money back to the U.S. before they can spend the money to buy back their own stock on the U.S. market. If they do that, they have to pay income tax on all that money because that is deemed to be profits earned offshore. So they bring back $1 from Ireland back to the United States, 32 cents goes to Uncle Sam. That's you, America. That's the public. But the American public will not get that money because Apple will never pay it. Apple will rather borrow money from Americans from pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, ETFs. They will raise money from bond funds in America, which are lined up at Apple's door to lend them all the money they want because it's as good as it gets. It's more solid than the United States of America. Lend Apple all they want to borrow. Let Apple write the interest off against U.S. income, keeping taxes down, 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 not pay any taxes on foreign money earned, and buy back their stock. The shareholders of Apple are delighted. Shareholders of Apple couldn't be happier. This is beautiful. The fact that we're screwing our own country, well, what are you going to do? It's business. It's nothing personal. It's just business. And this is done by all large corporations that have global operations. This is not just an Apple thing, it's everybody else. We only talk about Apple because it's the big one. It's the one that's you can't miss. So when you're up against zero interest rates, zero inflation, zero competition from the bond market, it's easy for the markets to be at all-time record highs. And that's what we have here. This cannot last. Eventually, it doesn't last. Eventually, the equilibrium comes into play, and there will be an equilibrium. It's only a matter of time when eventually the central bankers are going to stop flooding the market with cash because they're going to say to the market, you got to work on your own. You don't need us artificially anymore. We can now back off and we'll stop putting money into the market and we're going to start to take money out of the market. But too many worrywarts are still around, like maybe not like me, but they look like me. They're old. They don't have any hair, or whatever hair they have is white. They have wrinkles. And they talk about the good old days from the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, which turns off so many of you out there. These worrywarts are the ones in charge of the trillions of dollars that are being monitored and babysat on behalf of retirees globally. Generally speaking, pension funds and central bankers and big-time, highfalutin chairman of the boards of these huge investment banks, you might notice that they have a similar trait. They're almost always male, but even if they aren't male, they're older. They're in their 50s or their 60s or even their 70s. And then with Mr. Buffett, they're in their 90s because they just don't want to stop. You have got the seniors, the folks with all that experience, sitting at the top end of these entities, and they're looking at the long-term picture, and they know something. They understand something, and they admit it to themselves. They know they have a limited amount of time before they're gone, because they know all of us have friends that have left us already. The older you get, the more lonely you get, because you're finding out that a bunch of people you used to know, they're not alive anymore. And as you age, this continues and accelerates. They know that, but they also remember what it was really like over the last 150 years. And history has a nasty habit of repeating itself. And one of the things we're going to come into is where we have a reduction of capital going into the markets willy-nilly. And we're going to get either an inflation environment kicking in, higher interest rate environment kicking in, and there's going to be failures. There will be winners and losers who can handle or not handle the new normal that will be a new normal. There is always a new normal every so many years, might be a decade or two or whatever it is, but through certain cycles, there's a new normal. And at the moment, the normal that we're used to, and many of you who are, again, my audience members, many of you are under 50, and if you're under 40, you only know one thing. You've grown up through high school and college and your work environment with zero financing on cars. You've noticed that you can almost always get a loan on a car for almost nothing. You've noticed there's always a rebate when you buy a car, almost always a deal, a package, something. You've noticed the interest rates on houses are usually under 4% almost all the time. They're 3-something or 2-something. In Canada, we see mortgages for 25 years from 1.25% to 2.5% normal. It's like boring, like, oh, so what? Everyone's got that mortgage. You all have noticed that. You've also noticed you've been beneficiaries of an open bank policy where the money supply is allowed to rise to stimulate the economy. Bankers fear recessions. bankers panic about a depression because bankers know that if there is a recession or a depression around the corner, there will be failures of entities that can't pay. Now, there's usually every year companies go under. This is nothing new. We hear about bankruptcies all the time. But if only 1% of all companies go bankrupt from time to time, that means it's a 100-year turnover of bankruptcies. That's acceptable in a 4%, 5% economy. You can handle 1% failure rates if you can at least charge 3 to 4% interest on your money. The problem comes when you have a 4 to 5% bankruptcy rate and you can only charge 4, 5, or 6% on your money. Now you have as much money being lost as all the money you're making to replace these losses. And the losses could accelerate beyond that, certainly over 10, 15%. You get that going, where 15% of all loans are now in trouble. In other words, they could be completely going into default. And then another 15% of loans on top of that are on watch. They're going to be in trouble. You have a banking business that might only be operating at 50% solid ground, and the other half is subject to interpretation. That is bad news. That's when cost of money skyrockets, because now every single borrower is viewed as a possible nightmare client. Right now, banks are begging you to come in. There are bankers offering you guys zero interest rates on new credit cards. They're offering you 10,000 points, 50,000 points, this, that, all kinds of features. Come on in and shift your account over from another account to us. We'll give you zero financing for the first year that your money is here. We'll give you this, we'll give you that. It used to be toaster ovens, used to be mixers, mix masters and all that stuff, blenders. Now they're offering you airline points. Here's $1,000 in travel credits if you open an account with us right now. $1,000, unbelievable. In Canada, you can get up to $400 in cash delivered to your account if in 90 days you open up an account. In 90 days, in that period, you set up electronic banking and all that stuff. They'll give you $400. Of course, they are going to try to charge you $20 a month for your banking services, so they're gambling that in 20 months they got that $400 back, and then they've got your business on top of that. It's just business. It's nothing personal. It's not that they like you and they want to give you $400. They're gambling that they can make more than $400 off your butt over the next 5 years. They are investing in you for potential upside, and they're hoping that if you open an account with this bank, that you'll get your credit cards through these guys, you'll get your mortgage through these guys, you'll transfer debt through these guys. When you get a new car, you're going to pay cash for it. You might borrow money from them instead of taking the zero dealer financing. Who knows? They want all of your business. And in the end, they want your wealth business. They're hoping that you, as a middle-class individual, for the first 15 years of your adult life, from 25 to 40, you will borrow, and then pay. And then by the time you hit 50, 55, you're now saving thousands of dollars a month because you have equity in your home. You've paid down your mortgage to a ridiculously low amount of money. You're taking home equity loans for improvements, for this and that. They're making money left, right, and center, and they're now helping you with your wealth management overall. In other words, they're trying to sell you their mutual funds and make money on the high end as well. That's what bankers are doing. And right now, a very high percentage of borrowers are solid gold. They're looking at you as an employed person. Heck, you've been working for 3-6 months. Come on in. Hey, you can borrow money from us. We have money to burn. We got cash lying around every night. $1 trillion plus of cash that can't be lent out is being sent back to the Fed for overnight, the overnight window, they call it, where overnight the money goes into the Fed and the Fed pays overnight interest, and the next morning the banks take the money back out again and try to lend it. The problem is that the deposits keep coming in more than they can lend out. The bankers are piling up with cash. Americans right now have over $17 trillion of cash in their savings accounts through their own personal accounts and through their small businesses. Americans as an average, as a whole, are drowning in money, and they are not spending it. They're not even investing it. They're just letting it sit there for a rainy day. That's the mentality. The markets are up to record highs right now, knowing all of that. And to add even more fuel to the fire, the U.S. federal government is, for the first time, stepping up and say, all right, enough's enough. We haven't had an infrastructure program for 20 years. It's been what, 4 presidents? This is ridiculous. We have potholes the size of Virginia throughout the USA. We have bridges that are on the verge of collapse. We just had to shut down that bridge across the Mississippi for 4 months to fix that thing. That was a nightmare. That could have come down at any time. We have got hundreds of billions of dollars every year that we have to spend on our infrastructure just to maintain it. And here's a 10-year plan. And what I find laughable is that American politicians actually think that having a 10-year infrastructure program is a bad idea. It's just ridiculous. There should be a 25-year infrastructure program in place. It should be renewed every 5 years. And it should be done behind closed doors without any media and any cameras so that no one can gain a political advantage on it, and just pass the damn thing. But no, not going to happen. Not with a 2-year election cycle in the USA. There are people who are not in power that want to get in power and will say and do anything to get elected, even against the national interest. In other words, there are politicians that would rather be traitors to their own country and to be elected than to do the common thing and the right thing. But that's in Canada too. It's in the UK too. It's everywhere. Free economies or free societies allow dissent, and it can go right up to the line of traitorism. It's incredible. Anyway, the infrastructure program that they're trying to get through with the enhanced spending will actually add more capital to the economy of the United States over the next 10 years. Therefore, and thereby putting these markets at even higher highs, and therefore, and thereby allowing Americans who are sitting on $17 trillion of cash to say, oh, well, if the government's investing in my country, I'm going to invest in my country. That's what Americans are saying. That's what they're saying with their pocketbook. They may not say it in front of a camera when a reporter says, hey, do you agree with this? They don't want to say anything, because in America now, it is dangerous to speak your mind in some places of that country, unfortunately. And so they just they vote with their pocketbooks. And $17 trillion is just being held back and is not available for the economy right now. That is bad news for job creation. That is bad news for taxes. There's bad news in red states, blue states, pink states, purple states. I don't care what color they are. It's bad news. You've got to get money moving to create employment and create wealth, because money turns over and turns over into more money. This is a positive thing. But yet, despite all this, the markets are at record highs right across the board. And today is supposed to be the big reveal from the chairman of the Fed, whether or not the interest rates are going up or not. Breaking news, there will not be higher interest rates today in the United States. The earliest forecast for interest rate increases are the end of 2022. The end of next year, it might start then. And at that point, everyone is saying, well, yeah, rates might go up a quarter point. That's it. A quarter point. Are you kidding me? A quarter point. That's it. Even if rates went up every year, 1% a year for 5 years in a row, we'd finally have 4, 5, 6% interest rates. Those of you with sterling credit will be able to borrow money at 2% less than the official rate. So if it's 5.5%, you'll get money at 3.5%. Can you afford your mortgage at 3.5%? I think you can. I think you can afford a car payment at 3.5%, especially if the car is discounted by $5,000 to offset the interest rate surcharge. You'll handle it. It'll be fine. Businesses will raise their prices to offset increased costs. They'll get away with it. It'll work out. It won't be a problem. The economy will grow dramatically, and money goes where it's safest. They go where they believe they can get the safest return on capital, because people are very finicky about their money. They're very careful about it. And there aren't very many safer places than the G8 or the G10 countries. Those are your top countries to go to invest comfortably. And that's Canada, the USA, Britain, Germany, France, the other G8s, absolutely. Where you don't put your money is you don't put them into third world dictatorship countries. You don't put them in countries that are run by dictators who say, oh, I'm an elected guy. I was elected by my population by 95% of the vote. Can we look at the ballots? Although we've already destroyed them. It's sorry, the vote's been held. It's okay. So the Belarusian economy, it might not attract a lot of investing because dictators who put people in jail for speaking their mind, investors kind of tend to shy away from places like that. China, they got themselves a problem. China right now is being told by the American authorities, guys, we have to see the books of these companies and the deep financial scenarios of these publicly traded companies here in the U.S. of your China-based corporations. Otherwise, we're going to have to delist you. And China is thinking, what can we do to avoid that happening? Oh, I know. We'll strike first. We will make it harder for our own companies to be publicly traded in America. And that way we won't have to worry about these American rules. The tighter the American rules get, we'll make it even tighter on our own companies instead. In other words, we'll slash our own throats before we reveal how corrupt we are to the rest of the world. We'd rather do that. And that's a smart thing for China to do. The Chinese Communist Party, if they're anything at all, they are very smart people. They are very smart people. They know for a fact that if the books are opened up to the outside world, the first thing we're going to uncover is corruption to the highest level of the Chinese government and all other branches of the Chinese government, including the military. You're going to realize and figure out, why is it that the heads of many of the Chinese government departments are multimillionaires, are billionaires? These people only make $20,000 a year. How is it that they have this luxurious lifestyle? How can they afford to send their children to the finest universities on the planet? And how is it they can afford to have property, real estate assets outside of China in some of the most exclusive areas of the world? How is it they can afford Gulfstream jets in holding companies that they control? Because once we get into it, we can peel that onion layer back by layer by layer by layer, open up that onion and really get into it. The Chinese know there's no dang way that this is going to be allowed to happen. And so what we'll do is we will punish our own successful companies and in effect consolidate them back to the Shanghai Stock Exchange and maybe the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, rather than allow the outsiders to see what's really going on here, because we are not interested in the bribes coming out. We don't want anyone to know about all the payoffs, all the underhanded dealings you have to do to be a business person in China. We don't want to go there. To me, I am still shocked and amazed, really am, that North American businesses like restaurant chains, other companies want to actually open up shop in China. Because the amount of bribes and corruption you have to pay off under the table to these guys, the margins must be so good over there that they look the other way and go, yeah, well, we'll pay it. We'll pay the price to get in. They can write it off as quote taxes or fees or licensing charge, whatever the official word is. But the bottom line is the money these guys are paying are going straight into the pockets of the top guys in each area who run this geographical state or province or city or community. Bribes everywhere. No one wants that to come out. Not even North American businesses. They don't want that coming out either, because it'll show us that they're in collusion with the Chinese communist officials to pay bribes. No American company wants to be caught with their hand in that cookie jar. Same with Canada, Germany, France. Although in Germany, I have to say, it is kind of accepted that even at Siemens, they've been quoted over the decades going, well, of course you have to pay bribes to get into China. Of course you have to pay bribes to get into Kenya, Ethiopia, Senegal, Somalia. You want to do business in all these African countries? You want to do business in many other countries? You got to pay bribes. That's how business is done. It's been done this way for hundreds of years. We used to give gifts to the monarchy of countries as a thank you for letting us come and do business with you. That's called a bribe. That's all that is. It's just a bribe. That's all it used to be completely accepted. It used to be in the books of companies as promotion fees, expansion expenses, licensing costs. Today we bury it into all kinds of other fees, including consulting services. It might be paid to company X that is a consultant to a company in America, and then that company X is a private entity that is actually headquartered in the Cayman Islands or in Switzerland or somewhere, and then that entity transfers fees to Company Y, which is a Chinese-based entity that is owned by, surprise, surprise, the wife of the provincial director of economic development in that region of China. Wow, that's incredible. If you could layer that back, you can find out that the guy who ends up signing the permit to allow you to build a $500 million production facility in China, he got bribes through his wife, through a holding company that they have, through a Swiss company that does business with an American company that is doing it. Surprise! You're not going to get to that level. The Chinese government is not going to assist and help out any regulator in the U.S. get to that level. The only way you're going to get to reveal that is you have private PIs figuring it out. You have leaks figuring it out. But that comes out after the fact. And again, we move on. And if you can't do business in China, you'll do business in Sri Lanka. Can't do it there, you do it in India. Can't do it there, Indonesia. Can't do it there, Bangladesh. Can't do it there, we'll do it somewhere else. There's always a country open for you to do business in, where with enough consultation services paid for, you can do anything you want. And it's all legal. It's all fine. And there's no issues. And there you have it. Welcome to the World 101, those of you who are 40 or younger. What can I say? I've always wondered, as a grown-up guy, when I hit about, 25, 30 years of age, I started asking this question of my father. I said, Dad, can you tell me something? I don't understand something. He said, what is it, my boy? I said, well, Dad, you grew up as a Lithuanian child, and then your family moved to Germany in the late 30s. And because of the relatives going back generations were German, because you left Germany, went to Lithuania, and came back, you were allowed in as Germans and all this stuff. And the Nazis were running the show by that point in time. He said, yes, they were. I said, well, I got this crazy question. I said, Dad, you have a Second World War going on the continent of Europe. He said, yeah. I said, but not everybody was in it. The funny thing about the war was, if you look at a map of Europe, you see Italy with the boot. That's run by Mussolini, and he's joined with Hitler now. He's part of the Axis powers. And then you have Austria that's been taken over by Germany. They just invaded it, took it over. Germany took over Czechoslovakia quickly and made that part of their world. They split Poland with the Russians. They cut a deal. You take half, we'll take the other half. We'll crush these guys. They went over and grabbed France, then Denmark and the Netherlands and all these regions. And then they grabbed Hungary and Romania, and the Russians grabbed territory. And everyone was happy. Everyone's happy. But there's this little island here. This little island. I can't figure this out. It's called Switzerland. Why is Switzerland surrounded by Italy, Austria, Czech Republic, France, Spain? Why is this island that doesn't have access to the Mediterranean Sea? I mean, you don't have ports on the Mediterranean. Why doesn't anyone invade these guys? Why are they neutral? How can they do that? How is it? Why couldn't Austria be neutral? Why couldn't Czechoslovakia be neutral? Why is it that the Swiss were able to be neutral and be surrounded by everybody else? And what about with Spain? Spain remained neutral theoretically, and Portugal. I'm trying to remember if Portugal is part of the Allies or not. I can't quite remember if they were that, but I know that Spain stayed out of the war. Ireland stayed out of the war. Northern Ireland's part of the UK. They were in the war, but Ireland proper was neutral. Why was Switzerland in the middle of Europe able to stay neutral? What? How can that be? He said, well, let me tell you a little more about that, my boy. He said, it was not uncommon for American diplomats to be in Switzerland. And it was not uncommon for German diplomats to be in Switzerland. It was not uncommon for Italian diplomats to be in Switzerland. They were all there. They were all receiving cable advisory information from their national headquarters. And occasionally they would meet there through clandestine other intermediaries, let's say. He said there were deals done all over the place in Switzerland to fund the war efforts. America needed cash. The Germans needed cash. The Brits needed cash. Everybody needed cash to keep funding their efforts. And Switzerland was more than happy to help everybody out because they're neutral. They're the banker. They're the clearinghouse. And it was a suspicion, a strong suspicion by many governments that the Germans kept bringing bars of gold in all the time to borrow cash to fund its war operation. But people were wondering, where's this gold coming from? Because before the war started, the gold reserves of Germany were known to be a certain number. But as the war went on, gold bars kept showing up, more and more gold. Yet they didn't conquer countries where they were taking over a bunch of producing gold mines. How is it this responsible? Some folks were saying, well, we kind of know where that gold is coming from. There's a lot of people who are being eliminated from existence, and all their worldly possessions are being confiscated, and a lot of these gold pieces are being melted down. We know who this is without me saying it. But the bankers looked the other way and went, a gold bar is a gold bar. I can't break down the DNA of a gold bar to tell you where this or who this came from. This is just a melted down bar of gold. It has a certain value. And Switzerland was left alone. The entire war was left alone, and there was not a shot fired in there. Amazing how that works. Even in the so-called modern world, which was the 40s, this is the modern world, the 30s and the 40s, Switzerland was not invaded by the Germans. They could have taken it over in a week. No problem. They could have taken over Switzerland like nothing. Surrounded the country, cut it off, and they could have taken it out from all sides. Didn't touch it. Interesting how that works. Welcome to the modern world, everybody. Here we are. Switzerland is still an independent country, still neutral, and a very powerful banking operation. They're doing just fine. Anyway, there you have it. Welcome to the show. We're 8 minutes away from the opening. Are we going to make money today? That is the question we all ask every day that we're here. Can we make money on what we're involved with here? Let's see what's going on. We have the Dow showing a gain of 66 points in the pre-market, S&P up 975, NASDAQ up 40. All is well. SoFi down 2 cents to 14.34. Not getting us excited. I'm not worried about it in a way, but I'm not happy about it. I don't like the stock down here, but that's where it is. 23andMe 888 up 7 cents. Same thing with ME. I'd like to see it a lot higher than it is. GameStop at $206.75, up $1.53 on 52,000 shares. There's nothing happening corporately there. Today is option expiry day, unfortunately for some of you, and fortunately for a number of you. A number of you are very happy that options expire today. Some of you are not. It depends on the position you're sitting on. Mark, thank you for becoming a new member of this channel. It's nice to have you here. I appreciate it. What else is going on? Other stock, AMC, $40.24. It was down to $39.54 about 20-30 minutes ago. Do not be surprised if AMC breaks the 40 barrier during market hours today. It's traded 1.8 million shares, which is kind of normal, but not looking too good at the moment. Let's see. Anybody else I got to talk to you about here? ATIP at $4.14 a share with virtually no trading at the moment, unchanged. Matterport, this is the one that's just driving me up the wall. $14.41, down 39 cents here on 61,000 volume. Yesterday was $14.67 to $15.52 was the range yesterday. It was almost 90 cents, but it closed at the lower end at $14.80. $14.41 right now, even more pressure on Matterport. And they're getting buy recommendations from brokerage firms in the 20s. So very odd to see this, but I'm kind of wondering if there's just some sellout going on. I don't know. Another story that I want to tell you about quickly before we open, we're 4 or 5 minutes to go. I just read a story before I started the show, and I was frantically writing some notes down. It's a SPAC called Tortoise Acquisition Corp. Tortoise Acquisition. The symbol is SNPR. Sam, Norman, Paul, Rick. They just had their vote, their shareholder vote, to be acquired by I think it's called Voltec or Voltar or something like that. An EV charging station company is taking them over. Here's a shocker. This really surprised me. 70%, well, 90% of the shareholders voted yes to be taken over. They voted, yeah, this is great. 70% of the shares that were sold to SPAC investors at $10 a unit, 70% of the stock was turned back to the company at $10 a share. Even though 90% of all the shareholders said, yes, we're going to do the takeover, 70% of all the shares issued at $10 a share were given back to the company for a refund of $242 million. They had raised $345 million going public in the first place as a SPAC. 242 went back to the treasury for that money, $242 million. That's 24.2 million shares. The only good news that this deal has is that the company had arranged $300 million in PIPE financing at $10 a share through institutional investors. But unfortunately, there was supposed to be about $645 million in the treasury of this company the minute this deal got done. And the reality is there will only be about $400 million in the treasury. Of $240 million is missing. $240 million walked away from the deal on this deal. And this is why people are asking me, how come you're not talking to us about new SPACs? How come you're not telling us about new SPACs? This is a reason why I'm not bringing you new SPACs. That existing SPACs that didn't turn me on in the first place, and this one didn't, are getting this kind of walk-away rate. 70% walked away from the deal at $10 a share. Now, my hunch is that most of these shares were not purchased by people at $10 a share. They didn't buy this stock at $10 a share. The folks who turned in this stock, in my hunch is, were buyers of the stock on the open market since they listed the SPAC originally. And they were buying the stock at $9.40, $9.50, $9.60, $9.80 a share for months. They just kept buying up the stock. Once the SEC started putting in all these changes that every SPAC had to do, all the refilings every SPAC had to make, that caused a slump in the value of SPACs. They got attacked by institutional traders. And I think a bunch of hedge funds targeted all kinds of SPAC companies, and there will be more of this. This is only the tip of the iceberg. I think that hedge funds across the board have attacked hundreds of SPACs that are trying to close their deals right now with short sales to get the shares under $10 a share and attack them down to $9.50. And down there, they are buying up whatever they can get their hands on in order to turn around and throw the stock back to the public company at $10 a share. The loophole that they know they have is that they can always get $10 for every share they buy for $9.50, $9.60, $9.99. I mean, they pay $9.99 and get $10 for it. Guaranteed payoff. And I suspect there will be hundreds more SPACs that are currently trying to close their deals on good faith that are going to get whacked up to this kind of number. This is shocking to me. But this is a clear indication of how the SEC screwed these SPACs in the left ear by coming up with these new filing requirements that delayed every SPAC by at least 60 to 90 days. Because these deals are supposed to be done 5-6 months ago. Among a number of the deals we're following weren't done. Anyway, there you go. Thought I'd share that little gem with you. Quite amazing. Let's get going for the opening here. I think the bells are about to ring. We're about to start the day off here. We'll see how the market wants to react on this, on all of what's going on. We'll follow everything today. Today is option expiry day, and we'll see how things work out. There we got people clapping on the exchange. The opening bell's going on. I'm looking at my TV over there. We're up and we're running. And well, let's just see what is going to happen here. Okay, now it's a SPAC conspiracy. That's it. Off we go. GameStop 208, says Finneville. Well, let's see how she wants to run. I'm showing 207.40. Matterport, I'm showing at, I think, let me double check here. Is this accurate? 14.43 on Matterport, down 37 cents first opening trade. from what I can tell you. GameStop are right at the moment, 206.37 up $1.15. High of 208.29 was the opening high trade. I've got the Dow down 192 points. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but it could well be. No, it's up 48. Sorry, it's up 48 points. My system is still turning over here. We're trying to get through past yesterday's open or past last night's close. Bear with me while everything fires up. GameStop 206.80, 206.53. The Dow is up 46. S&P up 9.6. Nasdaq up 28. Oil up $1.37 to 68.79. And we're waiting Powell's Jackson Hole speech. Well, that will be later today. And that'll be a snooze fest of snooze fests because, hold on, folks, interest rates aren't going up today. 70-point gain on the Dow right now, 12 on S&P, 33 on Nasdaq at the moment. 205.50 on GameStop right now, 205.71 on Robinhood, 47.05 up 19 cents. SoFi 14.32 down 4 cents, just 4 cents. GameStop up 99. ATIP up 3 cents to 4.14. We have AMC down at 39.88, down 43 cents on the opening. Matterport 14.56, down 24. 23andMe at 8.94, up 13 cents. SmartRent up down 6 cents to 11.94. A Vector, which is Rocket Lab, up 15 cents to 10.11. Spire Global showing no change at the moment, waiting for Spire to open up. We'll see what it wants to do. Sextera at 8.58, up 16 cents at the moment, waiting for now Spire to start up. VanEck is up $1.65. Home Depot down 93 cents. IBM down 4. The Dow is up 94. Dow's up 74. Microsoft up 20, down 20 cents. Apple up 20. One down 20, one up 20. Tesla down, up $4. Bed Bath & Beyond up a penny. BlackBerry up 17. Royal Caribbean up 67 cents. Amazon up $12. Facebook up $1.80. Alphabet up $6. Over at Goldman Sachs up $1.96, up 2.59 to 4.15 now, as we're starting to get more quotes coming through. More accurate opening figures are beginning to show up. Robinhood up 29 to 47.15. SoFi now 14.33 down 3. GameStop up $4 to 209.30. We're all watching and praying for John Van's calls. He has 225 calls expiring tonight. He is a ways out of the money, $15+ out of the money. What will happen to his contracts? I know one thing will definitely happen. If this stock doesn't hit 225, they will be worthless at the bell tonight. That's the problem. That is always the problem with contracts that expire. What will happen with the contracts tonight, I do not know. I know that next week's 225s are $890 to $985, but this week's are not at that price whatsoever. And that might be an issue. We're going to watch for John and hope for the best. John, we're praying for you, buddy. We're praying for you. GameStop 208.43 up 321. We need a $10 pop right now, and then another $5 pop behind it, and then John will salvage some money out of that contract. We don't know. A lot of you out there, of course, have contracts you've written that expire today, and of course, they will ultimately either be worthless or trade at book value by the end of the night tonight. And you have all day today to do a rollover if you need to. Let them expire or buy them back on the cheap. Totally up to you how you want to handle it. ATIP at 419 up a nickel. AMC now back over 40. It's 41.22 up 91 cents. A little rally here on AMC. GameStop 208.58 up 336. That is where we're at right here, right now. Thank you, all of you, for popping in here, joining us today. Appreciate all of your support of this channel and your kind words to Jennifer and I. We do appreciate it. Please keep the content today, commentary, strictly about the markets. We would really appreciate it. We don't want any politics here today. The warning has been given. I will reissue the warning that if you're going to go down political chats, we're either going to put you in a timeout or we're going to just remove you from the channel entirely. We cannot tolerate the political side of it. If you have a grievance, We understand, but you may have to do that somewhere else, because I'm not interested in the battle between right and left or red and blue. Just trying to cover the markets and let you in on kind of what's happening in the world. And that's all I can do. That's all I want to be doing. I'm not a political talk show, and I'm not a political battleground for some of you who are insistent on trying to catch attention or sell your point of view to the rest of us. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to know it. I love you, and I'm glad you're here, and we hope you have a good day with us today. Thank you for those of you who have already given this channel 245 thumbs ups already on this telecast. I do appreciate that. I hope you all feel the same way Jen and I do, that we really don't want to be here on a political format at all. We want to be here talking about the markets. There it is. Let's see what is happening here. Thank you, everybody. Let's see what's going on. Rocket Lab volume 300,000. Not bad for just starting. Interesting. Let me take a look now at these markets again. I'm showing Rocket Lab now at where am I? Where is my Rocket Lab? Why am I blind today? Here we go. We're up 8 cents, 10.04 on Rocket Lab. That's the right direction. Sextera up 28 cents. Waiting for Spire to open. I'm still not showing Spire. I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm going to see if I can pop it up on my other device. SPIR. Let's go. Spire. Would help if I punched in the right symbol. There we are. Spire 972. Still showing yesterday's volume. Even here, I'm having trouble getting any kind of a quote. Does anyone have a quote on Spire? What's going on? Anybody know? Let's see. And here we go. Michael is asking me, Bruce, I saw the head of operations for SoFi sold 25,000 shares at $14.92. Any thoughts on why he would do that? I doubt he's hurting for money with that position. It's possible, Michael, that he is exercising a stock option he's been granted, and that it's expiring and he has to exercise it. And he's either selling this stock here to fund the purchase of more stock at a much lower price, step one. Step two could be that he was granted 100,000 shares or 75,000 shares of a stock grant, and he is selling 25,000 of the total for taxes. Because a lot of these insiders, every single one of them, no matter who you work for, when you are granted stock in the lieu of compensation, as a grant from the corporation for the years of service, this is deemed taxable income no matter where you are in the USA. And so they might need to sell anywhere from 20 to 45% of the stock that they're given just to pay the tax bill to the IRS, and it's due immediately or within 30 days or something. That could be it. Can't say other than that, Michael, but that's my best guess. I see this happening millions of times over the last number of years, where so many executives will be granted stock and they will immediately file to sell a bunch of it. And they file like a month ago, like they'll file 30 days in advance that next month on the 25th of blah, 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 I will receive 100,000 shares. I am filing to sell 25,000 shares at that time. And that's what this could well be. So don't read too much into that. Just saying. Let's see. What else is going on here? Preach, Uncle Bruce, preach. Spire 964 says, Michael, thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. What else is going on? 964. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate that. I'm now showing 965 finally on my Market Watch quote here. It took a while to pop up. Now I'm seeing it now on Yahoo Business. I don't know what the delay was here, but it was kind of weird to see it not trade. All right. Welcome back, SVT. Welcome back, SVT Boxer. Let's see. What else is going on here? Thank you, all of you, for popping in here. Go, man, go. Where are we at on GameStop? 212. Let's go, John. Yes, sir. Go GameStop. 212 up 687. Only $13 more for John Van to get out of jail. We got to get John out of jail here. Come on, stock. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, we're climbing, brother. Everyone's pulling for John Van right now, and his contract's 211 on the nose on GameStop. It needs to pop and pop now. AMC 4102 up 70 cents, getting a little bit of help from AMC at least, holding the 41 level instead of the 39 level. Oh man. John's going to be fine, says Free Thinker. He's going to be all right. It's going to be okay. 211 on the stock on GameStop. We're following it. It is our number one topic of the morning. How is John going to do on his $225 call contracts that expire this afternoon? We're going to find out. Good morning, Amber. My wife is going to clip me. He says, free Tony, free John, says Farragon. We got to free these guys. Oh, my gosh. ATIP is secretly climbing a bit, I think. ATIP 416 up 2 more cents, just a little here, a little there. SoFi 1428 down, only 7 cents. Come on, SoFi. Matterport 1466 down 14 cents. 23andMe up 2 cents now to 883. Smart Rent up 9 to 1203. Vector unchanged. That's Rocket Lab unchanged at 996. Spire 965 down 7. Sextera up 24 to 865. IBM down 22 cents to 138.56. Such a heartbreaker. We're up 87 on the Dow. We're up 11 on S&P. We're up 25 on NASDAQ right now. That is where we're at. Oil is up $1.36 a barrel today. All right, 211 on GameStop. Oh, is it going to happen? Is there a salvation coming here for our friend John Van? What is going to happen? Oh, man, I just don't know. Let's see here. Let's go. Sorry. I'm just going to try to get some info here. There we go. On GameStop, what is happening on those GameStop calls? We are looking at 225s right now at, what do we got? Have we got an opening market yet? I don't think so. We're still waiting for the opening market to come through. We're delayed 15 minutes usually. We closed last night at 188, but I have a feeling we're not there now. We'll know in a few minutes. Can anyone tell me what those contracts are going for right now? Anybody know what those GameStop 225 calls are going for that expire this afternoon? Let me know. Some of you have live trading. I don't have that at the moment handy. We're at 210.47. We need $15, and we need it now on GameStop. Who is it going to happen or not? SoFi at 14.28 down 9. ATIP 420 up 6 cents. AMC holding a 34-cent gain, but only 34 at $40.65. That's what we've got. SVT 185. He's at 185 last value. Oh, he needs more. Farmalist 195. Yep, he needs a shot. We don't know if that's going to happen. 209.65 on GameStop right at this moment. We are a little too far behind to be happy and to be relaxing at this moment. A little too far behind. On my market watch, I can't see quotes for today's options anymore. They've already been taken away. Bid 172, ask 190. Pharma saying 170. So there's an indication of where this contract is right now. It dies tonight. It's out of the money, $15. In theory, those of you who own GameStop shares, you could theoretically write this contract. You could theoretically write this contract for $1.70, whatever, and collect all $1.70 if the shares stay under 225 by the bell. You could write a 220 contract, which is still $12 out of the money. You could write 215s. You could even gamble and write 210s, but they do expire tonight, and you'll have to watch how that goes. It's this stock, as you know, if you're following me in this market on GameStop, it can go up and down $10, $15 in 5 minutes. So I don't know. 195. SoFi just went green. I'm showing 14.33, getting awful close here. 170 now, 158. Can't see any Farragon's comments on the chat. I don't see them when you highlight them. SVT sold a 310 2 days ago for $4. Now it's 14 cents. Beautiful job. That's beautiful job. Damn it, Jim. 220 to close for my comfort to write a call. Too close. Connor, oh, nice. Carter should see some decent premiums if it pops. Firma's a 220 at $2 on GameStop right now. Carter, I'll write a contract on the day it expires. That's awesome. You can do that anytime. Yeah, anytime. 207.01 on GameStop. Unfortunately, it was as high as it looks like about 213. Got it to 213. First wave. What will happen? I don't know. Yeah, the only thing that isn't dollar is the $5. I don't think it's worth it yet. What can I say? You can write a call option on the day it expires. Absolutely, you can. Let's see. ATIP 420 up 6 cents. AMC back down now. Down. Oh, it was down 9. Now it's up 5. SoFi up 4 cents to 14.40. We got AMC up a nickel at 40.36. Matterport still down 22 cents. It's the only stock on my first page. It's red. It's just Matterport. Come on, Matterport. SmartRent up 9. Vector down 23. Spire down 7. Sixter up 23. IBM down 18 cents. So we have mixed there. Mixed market. 14.39 on SoFi. 209 on GameStop. Just pop back the other direction. Up and down we go. Get ready. What can I say? Cashing out of SPRT. Cool. $2,000 profits to the lower of the SPAC losses fund. Why are people so stupid to buy these GameStop options at these prices? The odds are not in their favor, and they'd be every week. How is it sustaining itself? There's so much speculation on GameStop. So much. There are billions of dollars trading hands on SoFi contracts. Billions. You guys are participating in hundreds or thousands of dollars out of the billions that are trading hands here. And the premiums are unbelievable because GameStop can make crazy moves. I mean, theoretically, you could buy 210 or 212 or 215 contracts. GameStop could go to 220 this afternoon. You could take a $1 investment, turn into $6 today, but you could also lose the entire dollar. So there you go. What can I say? Alrighty, Carter, I'm looking at buying a Matterport camera and selling services to realtors. How about that? Amber, actually using the computer today so I can watch. I'm using the computer today so I can watch stocks and listen without toggling too much. A great gamble, Uncle B. You could get 100 today and miss out on any upside that GameStop has today as well as over the weekend. If you're wrong, so you're not aware that GameStop has upside down shorts. It has upside down everything. It's not. It's just like melting crayons. They all turn the same color. Come on, Uncle Bruce, man. Can you at least add a warning to your advice with the GameStop covered calls? We know it can go up a lot more than $10 in a lot less than 15 minutes. Folks, you have to decide for yourselves what kind of risk tolerance you want to take on any of these investments. If you're a regular on this channel, you know what GameStop is perfectly capable of doing at any time. And you have to ask yourself, do you feel lucky, punk? Do you want to play that game? 208.89 up 367 on the stock right now. Laugh out loud. You just did. That's nice. Oh, okay. Thank you. What can I say? 209.37 on GameStop. Up 415, high of 213, low of 204 so far. Only a $9 spread at this point, but it's early. See how this goes. SoFi 14.36 down a penny, hanging right around the flat line here. AMC up 34 cents. Matterport only down 8 cents now. Matterport's coming back. It's coming. It's coming. I've missed the blinking. Was there any sell now blinking? Just run the wheel strategy. You sell calls during price surging, not during boring times, unless you were trading a boring stock. GameStop is not boring. It's exciting, and people cap their upside with covered calls. Well, it can happen too. It runs the gamut. 209.08 now on GameStop as we speak. NDPC right, Carter Cole. You are right. We've got the Dow up 107. Good news. S&P up 15, NASDAQ up 44. It looks like the big markets are not too concerned early on today about the Jackson Hole speech that's going to be given by the chairman of the Fed. So we're going to be all right. Free Thinker saying, John, I can feel the heat from your forehead from here. And then Carter, it may be risky, but it's got good premium, so it's worth just to make it far enough out of the money. John, there's sweat coming from John right there. Bonnie, buying GameStop options is just allowing the hedges to kick the can down the road. Cloaked 4 weeks in. I can't believe Robinhood is still almost $50 a share. Someone please short this garbage can of stock. What can we say? Holding 2,000 shares still of SoFi. Anybody else, says Nicholas. Good move, Nicholas. Wait out the return. It will come. I think it'll come. 14.36 on the stock, up a penny on SoFi. 207.70 on GameStop. ATIP 420. AMC at 40.59, up 28 cents. Matterport down 1 penny. That's it now. Matterport's about to go green. ME up 6. Smart Rent up 28 cents. Vector still down a quarter. That's Rocket Lab. We got Spire unchanged now, 9.72, and we got Sextera up 26 cents. We're going green on more of the stock right now. More of them are going green. We just got to see some follow through here. Nicholas, I'm in for 1,300. Damn it, Jim, I have 5,000 shares of SoFi. Carter, you bet, but you got to sell it at a price you're very okay with exiting at if and when it surges. I'm with you, says Amber. Let's see. Nicholas, 5,000 shares, hold till 2025. Mine's bigger than yours, says Guy in the Buffalo. AB, with all the instant communications going on these days, there's no way Wall Street doesn't hear what Powell is going to say already before any journalist can type it. Lobo Blast, I'm beginning to think Uncle Bruce really, really likes NTPC's profile pick. I haven't even noticed. I'm too busy reading the comments. I have over 500 shares of SoFi. I'm not selling, says Pickcomb. Just got more at 14.22, Mr. Check, but not that much, sadly. Michael, I'm back. Nice to see you all. Crazy 3 weeks, but I made it. Hi, Uncle Bruce. Michael Downs, welcome back, buddy. Nice to have you here. Carter, I'm never going to write a call for lower than my average price. There you go. There you are. Okay. What can I say? Where are we at now? GameStop, 205.87, up 65 cents. AMC only up 8 cents at 40.40. So we're getting a bit of a pullback here on these two stocks at the moment. Let's see how this works out. Laugh aloud, my last comment from the show, says Connor. AB, MTTR going for a jog, 14.96, up 16 cents. Amber, hey, Michael, welcome back. We've got a gain on Matterport. We're still down 18 on SoFi. We got close on SoFi, but we backed off. 206.72 on GameStop, 40.54 on AMC, up 23. Interesting how this is working its way out. And Matterport, Amber saying it's going to hit 15. That's what it's going to do. Well, it would be nice if it could take SoFi with it. From 14.20 to 15 would be a nice little move here. We sure would love to see that. 206.44, 206.69 on GameStop, just up $1.40 at the moment. Thanks, Amber, says Michael. We are just hanging around. The Dow up 121, high of the day almost. S&P up 16, NASDAQ up 38 points. So cheers to all of you from Creston, British Columbia. It's getting emptier here. You may have noticed behind me here the little unit that I have here. It's empty. There's nothing under here anymore. We've taken out all the albums. Yoko is packed away with the other albums. Yoko has been packed away. All the albums are gone. The CDs are gone. All packed up last night. This unit that is right here, this thing is gone on Sunday. It's out of here. So everything on top here won't be here anymore. Soon you'll just be, I won't have any background at all. We are packing. We're heading out. It's coming closer and closer and closer. Oh my gosh. What can I say? SoFi's taking a dive. 14.16 down 20. 206.75 on GameStop, up $1.53. AMC 40.61, up 30 cents. Matterport 15.02. Who called it? Who called that? Someone called that. Amber, you were correct. It's going to 15. It's already there, Amber. Well done. Well done. Let's see what else is happening. Let's see. I'm setting a buy limit at 960 for more Rocket Lab, says Amber. Will you show us the outside cat before you move out? Maybe I might. And there might actually be a new home for the cat. There's a possibility. A few people have sort of asked about it, going, "What's going to happen to your cat?" Like kind of like, instead of saying, "Hey, what are you going to do with your cat?" or you got to get it destroyed. No. The cat might be adopted. We're going to see. I'm kind of hopeful. There's one couple, crossing my fingers, I'm hoping that they're going to adopt the cat and take care of Rosie, our little Rosie pussycat. That would be fine. They got to be careful though, because this is not a house trained cat. It's a wild one. We'll see what happens. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Time will tell. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was surprised. B-Fits. I was surprised to see the Forbes SPAC announcement with lots of articles about the SPAC bubble. Seems a bit hypocritical. What happened to your comic book collection? How did you get it? What's going on? Still have it. I still have the comic books. Still have the cards. Haven't had a serious buyer show up for the product. But then out here, I get it. I mean, it's such a small community out here. We're 5 hours away from Calgary, 1.5 million people. So it's all coming with us. It's just going to be packed up, and we're taking it to Calgary. It'll be put in storage there as it used to be, and I will travel for now and eventually attempt to liquidate it from there because no one wants to come to the house and pick it up. That's it. What can I say? Let's see. Yeah, that's heartwarming. Whoever takes the cat, let him go outdoors regularly, please. Yeah, I just say to people, leave him outside. Just have a bowl of food and water for him or her. I'm not sure what it is. I think I'm not sure. The cat will hunker in. But again, I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Yep. I had a wild cat once. She's nice now. Plenty of food. Nice warm window for her to lay in. Makes her happy. My options are like 35 cents, says Carter. Amber, I'm beginning to think Rocket Lab may go lower than 960. May watch and wait for a minute. Rocket Lab right now is, where are we here? 955. I've got it at 955. That is the low today is 950. So it's off 41 cents on 993,000. So there's some speculation trading going on here. Buy low, sell high, whatever. I hate indoor cats or declawing. It's horrible. They need to hunt, says Carter. Another red day, says Credit Savage. They are murderers, says Carter. John, well, 30 minutes gone by. Rough, just rough. We're at 207.46, up 224. Low of the day on GameStop, 204.79. High of 213. We need a shot on GameStop for John Van. Is there one coming? I have an escape artist that takes off for the day and yowls at 2 a.m. to come home at night. There you go. Let's see here. Amber's at 9:53 on that Rocket Lab. Glad I waited. Aren't outdoor cats bad for the environment? I don't think so. I think we have no mice around here. No rodents to worry about. This little guy scares off others. We're fine. Whatever. What can I say? Put an order in at 1901 and see what happens, Amber. SoFi, why so dumb? 14.15 down 21 on SoFi. GameStop 207.51 up 229. AMC up 13 cents to 40.44. Up 4 cents on ATIP, and Matterport up 12 cents to 14.92, and ME up 2 cents. Have you seen that the cat steals socks from the neighbors? SoFi, go home, you're drunk. Yeah. Well, there you go. Outdoor cats keep the stray population down. Some cat will claim the territory better. It's your domesticated friend. There you go. Cats kill rats, so no, that'll lower my average, says Amber. That's true. It'll lower your average. What can we say? We have Rocket Lab at 955 at the moment. Spire down 2 at 970. Xterra up 16, 857. Smart Rent up 34 to 1228. 23andMe just went negative. It's went down a penny at 880. Matterport holding 14.92 up 11. Was $15, but couldn't hold it. We've got SoFi at 14.17, now 19 cents, and we're at 207.21 and 207.30 on GameStop. Oh my gosh. I like the shirt, Uncle Bruce. I do what I can. What can I say? What's the name of your cat? Rosie. We call her Rosie. No one's given her a name. She used to sun herself, lie underneath the rose bush in front of her house. There was like a little area where she would just kind of hang out. She would be away from the sun. The shade would, she'd be in the shade, and she'd have above her all those thorns so that nobody would come messing at her from above. And so we called her Rosie. What can I tell you? Yeah, there you go, Amber. I got my now 19-year-old cat from the Humane Society, and she was already declawed, so I have to keep her inside unless she sunbathes with me, sadly. Have you seen the number of fish in the ocean? It's cruel, says Freethinker. Oh man, stocks are holding their own. We're up 118 on the Dow, up 16.6 on S&P. We're up 54 on Nasdaq. So we've got an okay market there. We have GameStop 207.34 up 212. SoFi still down 19 cents to 14.17. AMC is up a quarter at 40.56. Matterport back to $15, $15. Up 20 cents. 23andMe at 8.81. The stock 23andMe goes from 8.80s to the 9.10s, kind of right there. So if you're a buyer at 8.80 and you sell it 9.05, 9.10, buy it at 8.85, sell it at 9.05. You can make money on 23andMe doing that. That's what it's been doing lately. I don't know how much longer it'll keep doing it, but that's what it's been doing. What can I say? Let's see. What else is going on? I rescued two calicos from an overcrowded one-bedroom in Queens. They're lazy. Yeah, okay. All kinds of stories about cats coming out here. Lots of cat lovers. 14.13 on SoFi, down 23, up 130 now on the Dow, climbing again. What is it gonna do? All right. 14.18 on ATIP, up 4. AMC up 35 cents. 208 on GameStop, up $3. 208. High today, 213. Yes. Our cat will catch a mouse, then purr loudly and lick the mouse for hours. Poor mouse is scared to death. The cat just wants to love it. Oh, man. What can I say? Yes, there are things called grid trading bots that will do that automatically for you and make money. They work while an asset trades in a range. They are adorable, says Guy the Muffalo. The cats are adorable. Yeah, there are some programs out there I'm sure you can acquire that will assist you in doing trade range trading for certain stocks if you trust it. Like I say, I don't know. AM23andMe right now 877, so it's gone under the 880 level. No guarantee that it works every time. Smart ran up 34 to 1228. Vector Rocket Lab now down 32 to 964, 960.64. Spire 970 down 2, and Sextera up 3 cents to 844. So there you go. Yes. Cats rock, says Amber. There you go. 207.90 on GameStop. Volume on GameStop today is 711,000. So that is really quiet on GameStop. That's definitely backing off on the volume side of things. SoFi 2.9 million, not heavy either. 214. ATIP volume now at 74,000. We've got AMC volume sitting at 40.20 a share, 18.8 million. Very quiet on AMC. We're going down right now. We're at the lowest level since the opening on AMC. We're negative 11 at 40.20 or so now, 40.29. AMC definitely coming into some selling pressure right now. GameStop 205 following suit. GameStop now only up about 25 to 30 cents. 205, 206 here. Jumping about, but coming off. 40.29 on AMC. Matterport 14.98. 23andMe 8.83. Yep, IBM has gone positive, up 34 cents. The heartbreaker that it is, IBM is now 139.10. The Dow holding a 173 point gain. This is the high of the day at 386 now, 35 386. Needs to get the 35 631 to hit a new high if it wants to have a high today, but it's up 170 going into the Jackson Hole thing. Treasury yields dive as Fed's Powell says he supports 2021 start to taper bond purchases. So there you go. Jackson Hole has begun. Expect taper talk, but no clear plans. Interest rates, 10 years notes, 133 down from 135 on the 10 year. So the 10 years dropping right now. That's showing lower rates. The market likes this. The Dow likes it. It's up 171. So that's good for stocks. Why is IBM a heartbreaker? It doesn't go up like it's supposed to go up. It should be over 150 right now, but it's not. So it's a heartbreaker. It's just breaking our hearts. What can I say? Do you think GameStop will stick around 205 with these low volumes? I don't know. GameStop may or may not. It's right now 206.57. I'm surprised GameStop is doing as well as it is, considering it came from the 150 range up to the 227 range, still at 207 right now. I'm amazed. I'm really impressed. But this could end at any time. There has to be sustained volume to move this market, I think. But, day to day, you never know. 132 on the 10-year. We're dropping on the yields right now on the 10-year. Germany is negative 0.4 on its 10-year. Italy is at 0.66, half of the U.S. rate. You only get half the interest from the Italians that you do from the Americans. Now, what country have you got more faith in to pay its bills, Italy or America? I'm thinking America, man. But Italy is part of the European Union, the EU, the euro, and that is maybe why Italian interest rates are half the American rates, because the American dollar has more volatility than the euro. And that's why the American bond has to pay more to compensate for the volatility of the American dollar. Interesting how the world views America. Spain, 0.31, half the Italian rate, a quarter of the American rate. Amazing. UK, 0.6, about half the American rate. Japan, 0.025, 25 one-hundredths of a percentage point interest. The world believes in Japan more than anything else, and Germany number one, 0.4. Germany has the deal of deals. It can borrow money for less than free. People give Germany money to lend money to Germany. They actually give them money to lend money. Where in America, you got to pay 1.32% for the money. Amazing. The Italian and the Spanish economies are benefiting by being linked into the euro with the Germans. They get cheaper rates. That is why it works like that. Between an Italian 10-year and a German 10-year, the spread is 1%. Germany is negative 0.4. Italian is plus 0.6. That is 1% interest difference between lending money to Germany or lending money to Italy. There's how it works, kids. That is the dealio right there-io. Okay, we have the U.S. market right now sitting at 180-point gain for the Dow, 25 for S&P, 88 for NASDAQ. GameStop, 206.46 at the moment. IBM up 45 cents to 139.23. Microsoft just turned positive. Apple just went positive. So the Dow will go higher. 184 on the Dow now, as these markets are turning greener. Alrighty, greener. SoFi is down 18. GameStop 207 up 176. ATIP up a nickel to 419. AMC holding a 24-cent gain. Matterport at 15 on the nose. ME back to 886. That's where we're at right here, right now, on these markets. Okay. And let's see. IBM number 140. Yeah, for now. Sold 5 SoFi January 22, $25 covered calls at 411. Am I correct in saying I can buy the contract back since they are not currently valued at a lot lower, or will I be doing another separate contract? I am confused. Loboblast, you have sold 5 contracts. You are now short 5 contracts on SoFi. Anytime you want, you can buy 1 back, 2 back, 5 back. You can buy 10, which is the 5 you're shorted, plus go long. Anytime you want between now and January 2022. At the moment, as long as SoFi stays under $25 a share, that $4.11 represents a time premium been paid to you that you can keep all of it if the shares don't reach $25 between now and 2022. But let's just suppose a year from now, the shares are still $14 a share. A year from now, those contracts will only be trading around $2 each. You can buy them back then, keep 2 of the 4, and say thank you. If, however, the shares reach $24.99 on the day that this contract expires in January 2022, these contracts will be worth nothing. You can keep all $4.11 and your stock, and you can write new contracts. But if you find that in the next few months, SoFi goes to $22 a share, and these contracts reach $5 or $5.50, you could theoretically buy these back and now write new contracts further out than January, if you're able to. If you can write, say, June 2022s, you might write $25 June 2022s or June 2022 $27.50 contracts for the $5 you're paying to get these back, and you're now raising the price of your stock to an option holder by $2.50 a share, and you're saying, you can take them off me for $27.50 until June 2022, but you got to give me $5.50 right now because the stock has gone up to the 2022 level. That could be another possibility. But right now, you're sitting on $4.11 free money. If the shares go down to $10 in the next month, let's say, I don't think they will, but let's say they did. They went down to $10. This contract will go down to $3. You can buy these back for $3 and score the dollar pocket change in your pocket. $400, $100, $500, $100 a contract times 5 contracts. Totally up to you. So there you are. You don't have to worry about a separate contract. You can buy these back anytime you want. 207 on GameStop, 1411 on SoFi. Jennifer is up and about. How are we doing this morning, my dear?
The roads are wet.
We got rain this morning.
Rain.
We love rain around here. Yes, rain is good in forest fire country. Rain is a good thing. Rain is over for now, although there are some showers possibly coming around noon until 4 o'clock today, 40, 50, 60% chance. Then sunny Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, but next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, chance of showers again. That's a good thing.
That's what it's supposed to be.
We like it. We want that.
Camelot. It rains at night and sunshine.
We want that all over British Columbia, Oregon. We want that all over Washington State, all over California. We want showers, man. Give us showers, cooler temperatures and showers. Please, the Western U.S., that would be great. And Western Canada, too.
Yeah, we're getting some of the bigger fires are now getting under control.
Yeah, they're tackling them. It's cooler temperatures. We've had some shower activity. So we hope for more. We need more badly. It's too dry. Way too dry. Well, there you have it.
How badly do you need a bagel?
Oh, I need a bagel. I think I need a bagel bad. Yeah, I think a grape jelly bagel. Today's Friday. I think we go right to the classic grape jelly.
I don't think they can appreciate it because I don't think they see that low. But every morning when we talk about what bagel you have, you rub your tummy.
It's classic. Got to have the Concord grape jelly.
I think you're talking to it.
I'm talking to my belly going, why are you so big?
What's it going to be today?
Hey, belly, why are you so big? I think I know the answer. Bagels, not moving.
Jelly.
Ice cream, not moving. Now we're now moving. We're going to become nomads, which means from time to time we pack up and we have to move.
Well,
we'll be more active.
Just looking at new things.
And looking at new things.
Being tourists.
We're yes, and shaking hands of viewers, or pumping, doing the elbow bump with my viewers,
Waving.
waving. We're going to be more active now, and I just have a feeling we're going to lose some inches. I don't know about pounds, but hopefully we'll lose some inches. That would be kind of nice. Yeah, let's see what
We'll make you
happens.
start playing pickleball.
Pickleball.
Let's see how many clinics we can visit.
Oh, how many clinics? Oh my gosh, I don't know, man. I
Actually, I
don't
think
know.
you'd like it. You used to play racquetball. You
I
used to
did.
play squash.
I used to.
You were a big squash
Oh, I
player.
used to play squash all the time.
Yeah.
Mainly squash, not so much racquetball. Some racquetball, but a lot of squash.
A lot
Yeah.
of squash.
Love badminton. I used to
Yes,
love
we used
badminton.
to play badminton.
I used to play badminton a lot. Really enjoyed that game. But
So I think you'd really like pickleball because
used to golf.
it's kind of slower. Like
Yeah.
badminton, I shouldn't say
Yeah.
badminton's slow, but compared to squash, badminton
Oh,
is slow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Different. So
Yeah.
different.
You,
So
you
different.
can track that
Well,
birdie better
unless
than
it's
that
coming at
little
you,
black
unless it's
ball.
coming right at you here.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Anybody who's played squash has had the hickey from being hit by that
Oh,
ball.
we've been hit by the ball. We've had
Yeah.
that. Yeah, those aren't fun. Those aren't fun. Ouch, ouch, ouch. 206.62 on GameStop. AMC 40.40 up only 9 cents. Matterport holding 15. 23andMe up 2 cents. 14.13 on SoFi. Come on, you guys. Come on, baby. Let's see what's going on here. If your picture is fuzzy, it's not me. It's probably you. You might need to reload your computer. You might want to reload your entire YouTube page and get a better connection. It's your internet, possibly. But I can only say. Let's see, where are we at here? Comments coming through. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Let's go here. Yeah, that was the comment from Lobo Blast. Way to go now. Good luck on that. Buyback. Well, Uncle Bruce, thoughts on rocket companies? There you go. There's my thoughts. Like, that's it right there. AMC has a lot of calls in the money this week in the options change, so I think it'll have a lot of downward pressure today. It's right now 40.52 up 22. GameStop 206.43. I got a chicken on a gas station, then relocated to my mother-in-law's house. Okay, there you go. Let's keep going. Let's go. Let's see. What else is going on here? Looking at lots of comments. Hi, everybody. People talking to each other. This is great. No politics today, which is really great. Please keep that away. Thank you. You're right, Bruce. I did your suggestion. Worked. Good. Shut off. Came back on. Clear. Okay, good. Yeah, fantastic. And Jerome is speaking at the symposium right now. Seems that the market is liking it. We're up 223 on the Dow. Market is liking what it hears from this guy. We're up 32 on S&P. We're up 134 on NASDAQ right now. So we're better off. Interest rates right at the moment. The 10-year is now down to 131.9, going down from 135 to 131.9. So that's an improvement on rates. German rates are dropping as well, negative 0.41 from 0.40. Italy rates are dropping. Spanish rates are dropping. UK rates are dropping. They're dropping. So good news, good vibes from the markets at the moment, up 223 points on the Dow at 35,428, about 200 away from the record, roughly. What's your favorite cheese? What's your favorite color? Christopher, 1250 SoFi call January for 328. There's a 1250 call January for 328. $1.60 in the money. That's a lot of premium. That's a ton of premium. No, it's not that much. I guess it's $1.60 premium, I suppose. It's not. Maybe it's not that expensive after all. But yeah, you can get the 10s even better. But yeah, you're in the money. Clean the crud out of your monitor. That's right, Michael. That's what we got to do. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because Carter Cole carried it to his mother-in-law house. That's why he crossed the road. Right on. Oh, man. John is saying, at least my 4-year-old grandson will make some money on my SoFi shares when he hits 18, maybe. In 14 years. The stock's been listed 2 months, and you've given up on it. I mean, come on. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. Computer Whiz YouTube will show videos at minimal quality for your internet connection speed. You need to change the video settings to a higher resolution. That's true. On the bottom of this picture, somewhere down here, you might see a round gear kind of looking thing. Click on that, and you'll see what kind of resolution you're getting. It might show something as bad as 240 or 360 or 720. You click on that, you might get options all the way up to 1040, 1080, or even higher. Click on that, you get a better deal. Russians signed a deal with the Saudis. Goodbye petrodollar. I don't know about that. What does a eviction moratorium mean? Ending the market? Nothing. I don't think it'll mean anything for the market. Not recommended. Caught it from my now ex. I don't know what that means. IT support from Uncle Bree. We do what we can. We do what we can with what little we have. 206.26, up $1 on GameStop. AMC up 13 cents to 40.44, and that's where we're at, guys. Yes. What can I say? Welcome one, welcome all to the show and the channel and being with me today. How are we doing for thumbs ups today? 319. Thank you for 319 thumbs ups. I do appreciate that. That's nice and kind of you. Let's see how we're doing. How is John Van doing on his contracts? Those August 225s that died today are now sitting at 120. Down 68 cents, 117 to 214 day range. Bid ask 101 to 113. He needs that market to take a shot. We need that stock to take a shot. Oh my goodness. GameStop 204 going the wrong direction. It's down 62 cents. It's going the wrong direction for John and his contracts. 203.34. Those of you who have written calls, you are happier because the stock is dropping. Your calls are coming closer into your range or expiring worthless entirely. We've got AMC down 21 cents to $40 a share. We're down 31 right now, down 31 cents on AMC. We're down $1.85 on GameStop at this moment in time. Matterport at 15.05, up 25. ME at 8.90, up 9 cents. SoFi 14.12, down 23 centinos. Down 2.39 on GameStop to 202.83. We're approaching or at the low of the day. We're at the low of the day on GameStop at the moment. Dow up 230, S&P up 33, NASDAQ up 133, GameStop 202.67, ATIP up 6 cents, AMC 39.83, under 40 now, down 48 cents on the session. 15.07 on Matterport, 8.91 on 23andMe. That's where we're at. Larry, thank you for remembering. Thank you for remembering. Love you, buddy. What can I say? Let's see. And let's go. Darn, okay, got greedy and tried to pick up Rocket Lab for $9.50. It went up, gave me the cheap dip. You can't buy at $9.50. You got to put a buy order at $9.51. You have to put buy orders in 1 penny higher than round numbers, or you could get passed by. Even if you don't get it, $9.72 right now, low of $9.50. If you'd have been $9.51, would have been filled first. You gotta put in buy orders a penny higher than a round number. Never $9.50, never $9.60, never $10. $10.01, $9.91, $9.51. 926, always a penny higher than a nice handy number. Always. You've got to be first in line on cheap stock. For a penny you could have got filled. You can't be sitting at 950 with 40 other buyers. You're just not helping yourself. You got to be nasty out there, but in line, man. Get in front of that thing. Amber, that's what you got to do. Okay, everyone buy a share for John. John, we're at 204.85, down 37 cents here. Oh, we're down 204.24, down 98 cents. Oh, I don't know. Let's see what's happening. What's happening? Calling all GameC friendly people. Let's see. Oh boy. Let's see what's happening. Did you sell it, John? People are asking, have you already sold this thing? And we don't know. We are not sure. And Auntie's saying, I got some at $9.55 on Rocket Lab. There you go. Look at what's happening. Look at that.
just
Oh,
a,
you
just a
can
little
see the
bit.
burn just a little. Oh,
Just
this
a
is
little
good. Oh, I can smell the sesame seeds roasting over there. Oh, that's good stuff. Thank you, Jen, so much. We are loving the sesame seed bagels, baby. Good times. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. Good times on the sesame seed bagels. You got to get nasty to get that cheap stuff. That's right. Anyway, I didn't sell it, but I don't know if anybody wants it.
They're using up my napkins.
Oh, well, look at that. We're 60 years of vintage Vixen. Oh, that's an interesting napkin to use there. 60 years of vintage Vixen. Hmm. That's me. That's me. She said. All righty. Where are we at now? 203.83 down $1.39 on GameStop. AMC down 24 to 40.08. Bagel, jelly. Bought my average down, says Michael Downs. I brought my average price down on the stock. 204.22 down $1 on GameStop. Low of the day, 202.66. 202.58 actual low. And the Dow is up 229 right now. And we've got S&P up 31, NASDAQ up 125 at the moment, and 203.60 on GameStop. Oh, my. Let's have us a bagel. Let's try a bagel. Mm. Mm. Oh. Yeah. Mm. So nice. So nice. Mm. 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 Matterport, 15.14, up 34. AB says 16 by the end of the day. Fearless prediction. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Oh, don't you like bacon? We had bacon and tomato sandwiches for dinner last night. Love bacon. Oh, it was so good. So good. Mm. 203.41, down $1.81 on GameStop. AMC 40.01, down 30. Matterport 15.15. 23andMe 8.93. Smart Rent up 57 cents. 12.51. Taking a shot. 45,000 shares. Your Smart Rent's going up. Rocket Lab 9.75. It's getting better. Getting more better. Spire 9.59 down 13. Sextera down 25 cents. 8.16. Smart Rent up 57 cents to 12.51. We got a 32-cent gain on Matterport. Okay, 6-cent gain on ATIP. We have a GameStop at 203.87 down $1.35. Alrighty. Let's have some more bagel. Oh, so good. Mm. Mm. 204 on GameStop. Down 92 cents. ATIP up 6, and AMC has turned positive again. 40.35 up 4. GameStop seems to be getting a little stronger at 204.51. I'm trying to pick up all these sesame seeds that fall off my bagel. Not easy, you know. Matterport, 5, 15, 12. Come on. So good. So good. GameStop, 204.62. Trying to come back. Computer Whiz, I found the secret to making 23andMe stock rise. Put an order in for 100 shares to buy at 877. As the stock dropped and the prices rise 20 cents right now, you're not getting it. No, we're not going to give it to you down here. I'm not going to have it. 891 is where it's at right now, up a dime. 15.14 on Matterport. AMC up 11. GameStop now only off 50 cents. 204.72 right now. Okay. I feel like we're going to see Matterport hit 16, but close under 50. What's the symbol on Smart Rent? I have it as Smart Rent showing SMRT at 12.46, up 52 cents. SMRT. And that's Smart Rent. And I've got Spire Global, SPIR, 959 down 13. Just had a drop here from 975 just a moment ago. I'm not sure what's going on 15,000 shares. Some kind of a rogue order is coming through, unless there's a glitch in the computer. I don't know. But I'm showing it down 13 at the moment. Rocket Lab down 3 cents to 993. So Rocket Lab is improving to 993. That reached a low here of 950, 989 right now. So it's moving up on 1.3 million again. Interesting reaction to these stocks. Funny how they really jump around here. SoFi down 22 to 14.14. And let's see. Yeah, big takeaway from Powell is that they plan on tapering assets purchases this year. Is kind of vague of the timing, and I like that. The market is an emotional mess when anything changes. Okay. Oh, man. The time to buy is when there's blood in the street. There it is. 226 gain on the Dow, 31 on the S&P, NASDAQ up 124. GameStop 204.49, excuse me, 204.49, pardon me. AMC up 2 cents, 40.33. That's where we're at right now. Oh my, more bagel. Matterport 15.23, going higher. Yeah. $203.98 on GameStop. 204.34. AMC up 7 cents. 15.23 on Matterport. Smart Rent 12.51, up 57. Okay, thank you. Rocket Lab 9.85. IBM up 29 cents. And a 217 gain on the Dow, holding its own. One last chunk of bagel. Oh, this is so good. Oh, yeah. You can see how this bagel's been toasted. The sesame seeds have been roasted. They have that kind of a popcorn taste to them almost. Almost like that when popcorn gets almost too heated up. So delicious. Mm. Mm. Smart rent bounced up. AMC bounced up. 2052 up 21. GameStop 204. Mm. Oh man, that bagel was a winner. So good. So good. I'm in search of a bagel hat. When I find one, I'll let you know. Oh my. Thank you all for letting me eat my bagel. That was delicious. 203.97 on GameStop. EMC back to 40.50, up 20. SoFi holding around 14.20. A little better. Got down to 14.06. Now 14.20. Come on, SoFi. Let's go. 5.4 million traded. Volume on GameStop today. 1 million. Just over a million shares. Excuse me. Sesame seeds roasted and bagel toasted. Bruce, you're a poet. Were you eating? I didn't notice this. Damn it! Time has passed. I'm getting on that. Anyone who's looking. Oh my. Matterport 15.15. AMC 40.60 up 29. GameStop 204.10 down a buck. That's right. An S&P 500 and the Nasdaq are hitting new intraday record highs. Every point they go higher is a new intraday record high. The higher they can get. So those two are running up. The Dow is only a few hundred behind all-time record highs. This is during the speech with Mr. Powell, which is now done. The markets really like what he is saying and how he is saying it. The markets like it. All right. Anyway, there you go. $203.93 on GameStop right now. Okay, there's the dealio, kids. I hope you're enjoying the show. Thank you, all of you who are watching us and hanging out with myself and Jen, Auntie Jen. We do appreciate it. We are more than in the middle of packing. We are packing all kinds of stuff here. We have furniture leaving the house this weekend. We're going to be stripping down this house more and more as each day goes by, and there'll be less and less for us to deal with as the week continues on. Out of here in a couple of weeks as we get this house cleaned up and out. And we'll get ready to head to Calgary as our first stop and do some visitation with our daughter. And you'll see me broadcasting from Calgary in a few weeks as we continue to watch this market and follow it. We have 354 thumbs ups. Thank you for those of you who have subscribed to this channel, become members of this channel, supporters of this channel. Thank you very much. Those of you who make PayPal donations. You guys are absolute angels. Thank you. A number of you make a habit of doing that from time to time, and it's overwhelming. We are so grateful. It's going to definitely keep us on the road for sure. Unfortunately, our friend John Van, he's sitting on, or had been sitting on, a contract that does expire today. And it had been today as high as 214, now trading at only 60 cents a contract. It's 56 to 66 bid ask because the stock is at 204 and the contract is at 225. And contracts that are $20 out of the money with 4 hours left in the day tend to quickly go to zero unless there's a major move on the market. And we are not getting one for our friend John Van. And we're noticing, even though right now it's 205.50, 205.60, it's positive again on GameStop. It needs a real push. It hit 213 this morning. That was not enough to salvage this contract to really make him some money. So we don't know what the status is, if he still has it or not. We're watching this closely, and we'll see what's going on. Where's your first stop on the road trip? We're going to Calgary. We're just going to Calgary. That's where we came from 5 years ago. So we're heading over there. We've lived many, many, many years there, and we'll head out for a bit. But then in late October, we hope to be in Arizona. We'll let you know. And then California after that. Stick around. Are you planning on being on every day? Yep, every day. As best we can, we'll be on every day. Yep. Continue the broadcast and just kind of keep going. Could it be the next GameStop? We don't know. It's the GameStop now. 207.14, up $1.92. The stock is rebounding from its low of the 202 level. 202.50 was the low. It's now 207.14. The stock has come back almost $5 a share from its low in the last 30 minutes. Is there a run going to happen now on GameStop shares? Will this salvage or help salvage these contracts? We're showing 55 to 67 bid ask on these 225s. Last trade I register is 60 cents. This market needs to turn it on and get going. 208 now on GameStop. We're up 278. AMC up $1.18 to 41.49. So it's improving. Matterport holding 15.15. ME back to 8.98. SoFi 14.26. Only down a dime. The markets are improving on a bunch of our stocks here. Will this move GameStop, though? That is the question. Rocket Lab down 16 to 980. Spire Global, SPIR 958 down 14. Sextera down 19, 822. Smart Rent, the big winner, up to 1261, up 67 cents. This is the high of the day on 52,000. That's it. 52,000 shares, up 67 cents. Smart Rent looking much, much better. 15.15 on Matterport, 207.88 on GameStop. We need GameStop to pop $10, and that has to happen now. We don't know if that's going to happen. We're not sure. We're watching. Let's see what is going on. Yes, a run is what we need. Let's see. Here goes GameStop, says anti-PC. It's going. Here it goes. You should make some road trip videos of the area you're traveling through. Give the stay-homers a view of the country as you travel. Here, GameStop's coming up for you, John, says Coyote. GameStop has Bagel Power, Spire, Rocket Lab, Smart Rent. Which one should I buy? Get them all. Let's see. Oh, man. John, keep an eye out. Get out, my man. Something better than nothing. All kinds of advice being given to John right now. 207.50 on GameStop, up 228. Volume on GameStop is now showing 1.17 million, so it's very quiet, very light volume, but it is getting better bit by bit. But is it enough? Hang in there, John, from Chris. Damn it, Jim. GameStop. Let's go. AMC up 89 to 41.20. It's improving. The high of the day on AMC was 41.58. It's 41.31, so it's trying to reach its high of the day. 31 million only traded today on AMC. Very quiet. 207.50 on the GameStop right at this momento. It has to happen. today. What are your break even on the call? I'm watching, but I'm getting the kids ready. He's watching. Let's see. Clay is saying there's a theory that there are hidden hedge fund short positions in swaps, and they need to dump their safety net of futures around 826.99 and buy back positions. Kind of explains the volatility that might be part of it. We don't know. Clay says the next theorized date of this sort of thing happening around November 24. Joe, Uncle Bruce Stringer Travels, will you be visiting the moon on our behalf? You could help give us the lay of the land before we get there. I'll let you know. I'll check out the rocket systems. Man, SoFi makes me sad daily, says Austin. We're at 14.27, down 9 on it. Amber could be Clay. We love Uncle Bruce, says Deep Value. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. John, best bet during lunchtime. Good luck, says John. 207.39 up 217 on the game. Stop. AMC up 82. 41.13. 15.20 again on Matterport. Up 48.99 on 23andMe. We're pushing 9 again. SoFi 14.26 down a dime. John, hold on, Johnny, hold on. It's going to be all right. You're going to win the fight. SoFi will pop. Got to be patient. It's still a baby, says Amber. Bill, Wall Street Journal. Wall Street is looking to Reddit for investment advice. Deep-pocketed banks and hedge funds now take their cues from armies of Main Street traders, today's article says. Interesting. Wouldn't surprise me if they're reading that very closely. But I want to be rich now, Amber, says Austin. I want to be rich now, please. 207.80 on GameStop, up to 58. Can it pop a quick $5 right now? Form a base and pop again. Can it do it? I don't know. The contracts right now are trading at volume, price, bid, ask. What do we got here? Let me double check here. 56.65, less than 60 on those contracts, as best as I can tell. I might have delayed quotes here, but that's what I'm showing. 207.24 on the stock, up $2. It needs to do so much more. Can it happen? I don't know. Matterport 15.20, 8.99 on 23andMe, 41.03 up 72 on AMC. Oh my. Amber wants to know what site is the article. He says Wall Street Journal. That's what we hoid at that point. Thank you all for being here today. We have 362 thumbs ups, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it so much. I'm going to throw you a bunch of neat emojis and say thank you for these thumbs ups. And let's give some motivation to GameStop. Let's get it going. Neat. Got to get that stock up there. Hit that neat emoji and put the spell on AMC. GameStop. Get those stocks going. Here we go. Here come the neat emojis left, right, and center. They're coming in now from all over the world. There's no way the stock cannot go up now with this kind of backing. It's just got to go higher. I mean, what are you talking about? It's got to go. I'll even throw some thumbs ups out there. Here we go. Thumbs ups for sure. Like butter, man. We got to go up like butter. And zzz, we got these markers that got to go up. Zzz, that's what we got to do. Here we go. Thank you, everybody, for pitching in with these emojis, giving all kinds of encouragement for GameStop and AMC to go higher. We're up 97 on AMC. That worked. 206.11 not working on GameStop, but it's working for AMC. Come on. $9 on 23andMe. We're at $9. We're up 81 cents on Smart Rant, kids. We're up 81 cents on Smart Rant. $12.74 a share straight up, and 55,000 traded, and that's all straight up on Smart Rant. Very interesting. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Have a great day. Says Amber, have a great Friday. Thank you, and same to you. 205.71 on GameStop. Come on, GameStop. Turn it around. Let's go. Oh, my. Do a Smart Rent. Take a shot. Oh, my. 206 again on AMC, on GameStop. AMC is 41.20 up 89. 901 on 23andMe. 901, 15.20 on Matterport. Two levels have been breached. The $9 level for 23andMe, the $15 level for Matterport. They're both higher. Now, can it move over to GameStop? 206.41 at the moment. Can it get a shot $5-10 shot from here, and we can help salvage John Van's contracts. Will it happen for John or not? We don't know. I don't know, kids. We're up 224, 226 on the Dow. We're up 31 on S&P. We're up 133 on NASDAQ. Oil up $1.22 to 68.64. That's what's going on. This is it. We're watching closely. All the neat emojis are coming out. Should have bought that smart rent yesterday like my gut told me. Come on, ME, you can do it. Just drop your price to meet your order, and then you can come back up. Come on. 901, though, 15.20 on Matterport. GameStop, 206.24, up $1, just $1, and only $1. That's where we are right now. Oh, boy. Chevron Dow Inc. shares gains contribute to Dow's nearly 200-point run today. Got the NASDAQ up, so that means the FANG stocks are probably helping out today. John, it's not just me. We all want it up. I'm just the dope who likes to burn money. John, we love you, buddy. We're rooting for you. When does Powell, the Ed DeMoney's not going to buy some stuff cheap? I think it's been done. I think it's done. I don't think he's talking anymore. I think his speech is over. Stock went up, staying up. That's all I know. From what I can tell you, anyway. Okay, AMC 4104, just kind of flatlining right now. 205.21 on GameStop. It's down a penny. It's driving everybody crazy. What's it gonna do? I don't know. With volume 1.25 million on GameStop. AMC volume now 33.3 million. Not enough. We're at 40.98. We need more. We need a shot. Matterport 1520, ME 902. They're going the right direction. SoFi 1422 going the wrong direction. Rocket Lab down 14. Smart Rent 12.92 up 98 cents on the Smart Rent now. This is looking very good. This is the best level now since a month ago, roughly, or a week ago, excuse me. Let me take a look here. See if I get this figured out. In the last month, this is definitely the best level. Of course, I don't have, I can't look at the quote from before. I don't see that chart anymore, but it's sure looking good. 1302 on Smart Rent, up $1.08. Smart Rent looking really good, up $1.08 right now. 1302 on extremely light volume. That is a very good looking market. GameStop sitting at 205.43. We're up 4 cents on ATIP. AMC up 52. Matterport up 41 now. At 15.21, we're at 902 on ME, and Smart Rent at 13.02, up $1.08. Nice breakout on that one. Let's see what happens here. I just got in Smart Rent. Not sure why I waited, but here we are. Let's try reverse psychology on a GameStop. How about that? We're at 204.45, down 77 cents. AMC at 40.78, only up 47. Smart Rent 13.05, up $1.11. 23andMe at 9.02. Matterport 15.23. Okay. 238 gain on the Dow here. That's approaching high of the day territory. And let me take a look at U.S. interest rates again. The 10-year note, 132.1. That is a downdraft. It's really good. The market likes what Powell said and how he said it today. The Dow, 231-point gain, 33 on the S&P, 138 on the NASDAQ market. Looking good. But GameStop sitting at 204.58 right at the moment. Smart Rent 13.05, up 111 at the moment. 23andMe up to 906, inching a little higher again. 15.23, a little higher on Matterport. Still waiting for a move on SoFi. 14.22, down 14 cents. We're not getting it. Rocket Lab down 13, Spire down 25, Sixter down 11. IBM up 76 cents, climbing. The Dow at the moment is within 15 points of the high of the day. Very good run here. And it needs to get to 35,631. It's now 35,448. 631 is the high. That's less than 200 points away from a new all-time high on the Dow. Anything is possible on a day like today. You just don't know. Option expiry day is on here. So we're watching that as well. Microsoft up 42, Apple up 45, Tesla up 9, Bed Bath Beyond up 15 cents, 14-cent gain on BlackBerry. Royal Caribbean up $1.68 to 82.50. You can take some put positions over there. Amazon up 11, Facebook up 6.37, Google up $26. JP Morgan up 80 cents. We've got Cisco up 11 cents. Goldman up 651 to 418, looking good. That's a $700 stock next year, so looking good on its way. Yep, SoFi 1422, still down 14 cents. One of the few stocks underwater, not participating in the rally. GameStop 205.02, off 20 cents right now. AMC 4102, back up 70 cents, trying to come back on again. And Matterport 1530, ME 906, Smart Rent $13, up $1.06. That's what we got on this. That's what we have in this market here, you guys. Interesting market here, right at the moment. Okay. GameStop just went positive, 205.49. All right. 240-point gain on the Dow, climbing on again, climbing. Okay. And those of you who missed this story, I read this just before we opened this morning. I'll mention this story again. I was talking about a SPAC by the name of Tortoise Acquisition Corp. Symbol is SNPR. This company, SNPR, let me see if I have it over here. I'll just double check it. Here we go. SNPR. Okay, they're now they have now had a vote. They've had a shareholder vote to be acquired by Volta Incorporated, VOLTA, Volta. Now, Volta is a company that is in the car charging business. They're setting up charging stations. And the plan was that Volta would take over the SPAC called Tortoise Acquisition Corp, and then they had a pipe financing arranged for additional financing. And at the end of the whole Schlemizel and Schlemazel and Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated, the entire company would be sitting on $645 million in cash to now go forth, and become more valuable. However, there was a problem. The Tortoise Acquisition Corporation stock ran into an issue where over 94% of shareholders voted to be taken over by Tortoise. They voted for the deal to go through. But 70% of all the shareholders of the company decided that they were going to take a refund of $10 a share on the stock from the SPAC, so that 24.2 million shares were tendered back to the company at $10 a share, and the company had to refund $242 million of the $345 million they raised when they went public in the first place. And so the net effect is there's only $100 million of cash sitting in the SPAC's bank account in trust after this deal was voted on. And add the $300 million SPAC financing, which is still available, they've only got $400 million odd dollars available to them instead of $645 million. And what I was surmising that's been going on is, since the SEC basically stabbed each SPAC in the back with the knife 3 months ago, when they made every SPAC refile all of their documentation, and they had to basically make a declaration that all the warrants that are outstanding are actually liabilities. They made these SPACs look terrible financially. They made them post terrible financial numbers, all because of a regulatory requirement. Anyway, my hunch is that hundreds of SPACs out there that are still looking to close their deals, I think they got caught up in the vortex of short selling by institutional hedge fund traders. I think that the hedge funds out there, thousands of them, probably figured out, you know what? These SPACs are getting the runaround from the SEC, And these any of these stocks that are over $10 each, we should just short them. We should just hit them up with sales, drive the market down, get the stock down to the $9, $8 level, and buy up all we can down there because we can sell the stock back to the company at $10 a share. So even if it's at $10.50 or $11 right now, let's hit the bids with short sales, drive this thing down, and just keep driving it. And like day after day, we're going to keep doing this. And they did for weeks, weeks, and weeks. They kept doing it, which meant many of the SPACs started to trade under the $10 line. And these hedge funds kept the heat on. They wouldn't let the stock go over 10, kept pounding it down. Supporters were trying to hold it at 10. These guys are trying to crush it under 10. And whenever it got low enough, they would be buying up stock at 9, 925, 950, 975, 990. They're buying up all this cheap paper, knowing they can sell it at $10 back to the treasury of the company. And if they're wrong and the stock goes up higher, they shorted it to buy it, right? But if it goes higher to 10, 50, 11 on the open market, well, they'll sell it there. They won't have to sell it back at $10. Well, in this case, 70% of all the shares that were issued at $10 a share were given back to the company, sold back for $10. So that meant treasury money disappeared right off the get-go. So this company is underfunded by $240 million. This has got to affect their future plans to develop these assets, to develop these charging centers. Stock right now, $8.97 is the price of the stock right now. The market is not reacting kindly to the fact that these guys just got wiped out from their financing. Most interesting what's going on. VLTA is the symbol now for Volta, and this is really bad news. And I'm wondering how many other SPACs, not the ones that we're following, because the ones we're following, the deals are done now, but how many SPACs that are still trading out there on the open markets where they haven't finished off their acquisitions, they haven't been able to put to bed their deals. How many more are there out there that are going to get massive redemptions at $10 a piece from not only these hedge funds, but now nervous investors who are going to go, I don't want to hold this stuff at $9.40 a share. I'll take my $10 back. Thank you very much. And I'll wait until the aftermarket, like with Volta. And if it drops into the low 9s or into the 8s, I'll buy it there. I'll take my $10 and I'll buy it there. Unfortunately, that puts no money, zero money into the treasury of the company, because the company only gets cash when it sells stock from its treasury. And right now it's buying stock from its treasury, using its treasury money to buy these shares back as they get handed to them at $10 a piece. It's now an unmitigated disaster for some of these guys. And I mentioned that story this morning before we started trading. I'm thinking, wow, that is unbelievable. I don't know if any effect of that kind of effect has happened to some of the SPACs we're following here. But I will note, Sextera, $8.34 a share. Spire, $9.41 a share. Rocket Lab right now, $9.98. Smart Rent, $13.20, holding its own. ME at $9.03. Matterport, $15.34, doing well. ATIP, $4.20. SoFi, $14.24, down 12 cents. So we have some trading above the $10 line, some trading under the $10 line. Of course, ATIP being one of them. 23andMe, Rocket Lab right at 10, Spire at 940, and Sexter at 838. Now, you could say, if you make the company buy back a bunch of its stock at $10, let's say in the case of this Voltaire company, there's now only 100 million shares, not even that. There's now only 10 million shares issued at $10 that are still trading at $10. That's reduced the free float, the free amount of stock left. There's less stock trading now on the free open market. And if the shares are under $10, which they are, there'll be no releases of paper because the stock might have to trade at $12.50, $15, $17. There may have to be parameters of trading levels before shares can be released by insiders. That could mean a shortage of paper for a while on the company. If they come up with any kind of an announcement like, for example, they go back to the same institutional investors that bought stock from them at the $300 million pipe financing at $10 a share. They go back to those guys and say, tell you what, we got shellacked here. We got the 24 million shares got handed back to us. We're interested in selling 24 million shares, or we'll make it 30 million shares. How about we sell them to you for $8 at a discount to the market to help us refund our cash requirement that we had figured out before? And we'll give it to you at $8, which helps you average your deal down from the $10 pipe financing lower. That might work out. And they might pull off a secondary financing in the near future that could pop the market to 11, $12, because all those shares sold at $8 to institutions, restricted stock, not able to trade. So you're taking what used to be free trading 24 million shares, put them back into the treasury, cancel them, issue 30 million brand new shares at $8, restricted trading, raising 200 plus million. Now you have 650 million in the bank, and now you can go get busy doing acquisitions or whatever you have in mind. That could be the plan here. And with some of our SPACs, former SPAC, might be the same thing being negotiated behind closed doors. I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes. Smart Rent today, not listening to any of this talk, it's at $13.17 a share, up $1.23 right now. Smart Rent is going. Rocket Lab just went up to $10.16 a share, up 19 cents. We got 23andMe at 902. We got Matterport at 1533, up 53 cents. 1536 now, the high of the day range on 993,000. Looking good on Matterport. AMC up 27 cents. ATIP up 6. GameStop down 188 to 203.34. SoFi still down 15 cents a share, but that's trading at a premium to its $10 deal. There you have it. Interesting developments going on here. But Smart Rent 13.17. What a run we got going here. Rocket Lab, like I said, is straight up right now in the last 20 minutes, just shooting straight up here. 10.16 now, up 19 cents. Sextera just went positive, up 4, just turned around and went positive right now. Up 4 on Sextera too, on 131,000 shares. So we got some movement here. We'll have to see how this all comes out at the end. This is the most interesting series of transactions going on here. Smartland 13.17, like that. Matterport looking good too. AMC holding a 43-cent gain as we speak. So guys, there's some news for you on what I came up with this morning. All right. What do we have here? What's the ticker symbol for Smart Rent? SMRT. SMRT 13.17 last, up $1.23 now. Looking good. ME is moving, but it's not moving my call prices. Well, you're only up 24 cents. You need more movement, and you need it faster. Red 905, better. 909 for the high of the day. 297,000 traded, but we got to get back to that $10 level to get some interest going here. Hopefully, we will. SoFi still down 13 cents. GameStop down 84. ATIP up 6.5. AMC up 62 cents. 62 cents on AMC. Matterport 1535. ME 905. Alrighty. I need ME to go over 1130 to break even on my call here. Well, let's hope it happens. Let's hope it happens today, right now. Let's go. Let's go. The only spec I'm down on is SoFi. Let's see. Smart Rent will report earnings on Monday. Are we buying puts? What are we doing? Let's go. Matterport 1538, 1536.38. Okay. Let's see. Let's see here. A lot of folks asking these sort of a lot of questions, which is great. Can I roll my two January 21st, 2022 GameStop 500 covered calls to November 19, 2021 calls, 250s, and take a net credit of 14.55 a share. Any thoughts? Yes, you can. You can do that anytime you want. You can roll from whatever you have to whatever you want to have, whether it gives you a credit or not, and whether it's a shorter term contract or a longer term, no problem. So, yeah, if you want to go from 2022 500 to 2021 November 250 and grab 14.55 a share, that's two contracts. That's 14.55 a contract, almost $3,000. Yes, definitely you can do that. Stocks at 204, certainly can. Let's see. Let's see. Where am I here? Here we go. A question on VLTA. If they own all that stock, then the hedges can't short it, right? That's right. If they've had to take that stock back, so that nullified all the shorts on those, of course. These guys basically they shorted stock to drop it down. Then they went long to buy it all back and buy more under $10. They bought anything they could get at $9.25, $9.40, $50. They just bought tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of shares, millions, obviously. 24 million shares were reacquired by somebody. And if they made 10 cents a share profit on the deal from $9.90 to $10, they made a profit of $2.4 million. If they made a profit of 40 cents average on all that stock, they cleared over 10 million on the deal. Yeah, investors who lost money selling it at 9.30, 40, 50, 60, 70 could have sold it back to the company at 10, but didn't. They sold out early. These guys gleefully bought it back and then just tendered it back to the company at $10 a share. Yeah, they made money. They have made good money on this. Uncle Bruce, I'm toasted with my GameStop 200 and 250 calls for today. So please talk me out of buying the GameStop 215 for next week. I would not go long on call options on GameStop. I would write puts is what I would do. I would write out of the money puts contracts and take the premium gain that way. That's how I would do it. So if you GameStop right now is 204. So if you wrote a 180 put, good for next week or the week after, you'll bring in premium. You're committing to buying the stock at 180 if you had to, but if you don't have to buy it back, you keep that premium and put it in your pocket. That might be a better way to go. I think people hold for earnings play, but it's all priced in unless there's a surprise, nothing new, and you can't get out. Fenville, please don't do it now. You'll get more premium when it pops. Let's see. Let's see. What else is going on here? I'll be back. Got to drop off. Hopefully nothing happens. Or something happens, it goes way up. GameStop 204.32. John, we're hoping for you here. We're praying for you. SoFi's like my high school girlfriend. Just a big disappointment, said Austin. Buy the stock, says just another picture. Well, that's another way to do it, is buy the stock instead of writing puts. Can always do that. Where are we at now? AMC's holding a 50-cent gain to 40.82. The GameStop is 204.22. SoFi down 16 cents. Matterport at 15.18, still holding a gain of 38. ME up a quarter to 9.06. SmartRent up $1.30 to 13.24. Rocket Lab at 10.08 up 12. Spire down 28 to 9.44. That shot came and is holding. Sextera had a shot down, but it's coming back. It's only down 2 cents now. It's come right back from its drop off. IBM up 59 cents. The Dow up 226. S&P up 33. NASDAQ up 143. So what we got on these gains right now, Robinhood holding a 20-cent gain, and we're watching closely. What will these shares do? Good, bad, or nothing? GameStop 203.51. Do you get the impression that GameStop's going to sit around 200 today? You get that feeling? It's going to be a $200 stock today? I don't know. We'll see what's going on here. I don't know. Let's see. If you write those puts, you need to have the cash in your account to cover the purchase. If you happen to get the price movement that places you to exercise position right. Yes, if you have a cash account, you have the cash on hand. If you have a margin account, you have to have enough marginability to do it. So if you have cash or stock that can be utilized as margin against the purchase, you need half. So if you're going to write a 180 put, you need to have 18 grand or the equivalent of 9,000 of marginable securities or stock cash to do the deal. So If you got cash in there for 9,000, you're going to receive your premium in plus that cash you have. You'll easily be able to take the stock at 180 if you need to buy it. If you're forced to buy it at 180, it's all a matter of where is it at. We like the stock, says Free Thinker. We like it. We like the stock. There you go. Yes, so much fun on the markets these days. GameStop. Let me take a look at the puts here. Yes, 180s. If you want to write September 10, 180s, you'll bring in 850 to 975. So you could bring in around nine and a quarter per 100 shares. So that's $925. You're getting 925 to pay 180. You're only going to pay 170.25 or 170.75 to buy the stock at the 180 level. If you write 170 puts, you'll get 550 or so, 560. So now you're paying 164 on the stock. If you want to write 200s, that's right around this neighborhood. You will receive $18 to $19 right now to write a $200 put. You're buying the stock for 182, 181. That's what you're going to pay for it. So if you're prepared to pay 181 for GameStop between now and the expiry of this contract, which is September the 10th, if it goes down below 180, you'll get exercised. You've got, out of the 200 you need, you got 19 on hand from the writing of this contract. The rest you have to put up. But if the shares don't go down there, they don't back off. They go up to 220, 230 again next week and stay up in that level all through next week. You keep all 18, 19 bucks. That's your money, 18 to 1900 per contract. You got enough money to do 10 of these? How about bringing in 18 to 19 grand for a 2-week deal? 2 weeks, not next Friday, but the Friday after, these die. And number one, they might just drop the $5 each. You buy them back and say, thank you for the $14 gain times 10 contracts, $140,000. I'm buying myself a brand new Tesla. Thank you. On the other hand, the shares only go hold around here, and these contracts only drop to the 10, 11 range. You scored $8, $9. That's 80 to 90 grand. You can still get a Model 3. Nice. So what's your tolerance level, and how do you feel? There you have it. Anyway, there you go. I'm with you on that, Mark. We want the mother of all short squeezes. So even with margin, that's $9 grand on hand. Phew, that's pricey. Well, there you have it. Bruce, what do you think about Spirit? Is it a buy or not? SPRT. I don't even know what it is. I don't know what that is. They might give it to you on a napkin, maybe, or whatever it is. There are plenty of posts on Reddit talking about buying options, preventing the mother of all short squeezes. Buy the stock. I'd rather write a CSP than go naked on margin. DD is a great thing. Uncle Bruce, I thought about that cash covered put since I got around 20 grand selling covered calls on Tuesday, but I need that cash to buy back my shares. I would like to gamble on ER call, though, on the ER call. All right. Amber, a safer, I think we may have missed that one, but not a pump and dump that should continue to rise. Maybe watch it, see it, put it on watch, see what's going on. Zach, if I had 200 grand on hand to play with, I don't know if I'd do that. I'd rather have the Tesla. Just my 2 cents is I've watched Wall Street bets pump and dump and screw the lower people when it drops back to $2 a share. Selling cash secured puts is a bullish bet. No problems with it. Bearish investors are the ones paying you those premiums. That's right. You're a bull. You're writing a put. You're a bull. You think the stock's going to hold or go higher. Exactly right. Absolutely. I mean, you can go further out and write puts. Let's say September 24 puts. You could write a 170 and haul in about $10, $11. You're committing to pay 150 or 160. You can write 150 puts and bring in $5. You're prepared to pay 145 for GameStop. If you don't pay 145, you keep the $5 for the end of September. You want to go to the 200s, though. You're a gambler. $25 in your hand right now. You get about 25, 26 bucks a share right now to commit to pay 200 a share. So you're paying 175 for GameStop. Are you happy to pay 175? It's trading at 203 right now till the end of September. If you're a bull, then you'll feel the stock won't reach 175 to put you upside down. It stays over 175, you break even or make money. That's what you're saying if you're writing a $200 call. Like I said, a 180 call, you're going to bring in about $15, so you're risking 165. So 165 or higher, you make money writing a put at 180. Just so you know how it goes. My neighbor bought a cactus and it died. He didn't water it enough. I told him he could not watch my dog when I vacation. Clay, Fendeville, GameStop. If your account is on margin, you can sell a short put with margin to use the credit wherever you want, but roll the put further out later if you need. Risky, but could pay off. I have a lot, Jim. I love your comments. If I had 200 grand, I would buy GameStop stock and turn it into 2 million, says Mark Blue Skies. Damn it, Jim. Amber, thank you. I get bored. I get bored easy. There you go. We are now at 204.07 on GameStop, down $1.15. We have AMC up 72 cents to 41.03, coming on a bit. Matterport holding 15.25. ME holding 9.06. SoFi 14.25, down 11. Smart Rent 13.49, up 1.55. Just took another shot right now, just a 20-cent shot just this second, up on 92,000 shares. It's up $1.55. Your Smart Rent is on the move, kids. Those of you who have Smart Rent, way to go. FWAA is what that used to be. 15.53 on the stock, up $1.59. Rocket Lab up 20 to 10.16. Who bought that stock at 9.55? Who did that? Who did that? Somebody bought it at 9.55 today. Somebody was smart. Yeah. 10.19 on the Rocket Lab. Nice. Spire 9.40. That's a bargain. Sextera 8.36. Another bargain. You buy when they're low. You sell them when they're high. Interesting. SoFi only down a dime, 14.26. GameStop only down 27 cents. Getting a little better. ATIP up a nickel. AMC up 80. Going better. Matterport 15.24. ME at 9.07. Smart Rent 13.36. Jumping about a lot right now. Very interesting. Very good. Very good. GameStop will come back up before close. Come on, GameStop. You got this. You can do it. You can do it all Friday long. You can do it. You can do it. There you go, Amber. You know what's going on. Interesting stuff on these shares. There's all kinds of strategies you can play here. Of course, you can write butterfly spreads on these stocks as well for very little money. And you can risk $100 or $200 to try to make 500, 600, 800. Nice little payoff. You can risk 1,000 to make 3,000, 4,000. There's ways to play this game with butterfly spreads to limit your downside. There's all kinds of ways. Anti-PC bought it at 9.55. There you go. There you go. Yeah, baby. Oh yeah, picking it off. Picking it off. Thank you very much. Yes, very, very good. 204.57, down 65 on GameStop shares. The Dow still up 221. We've got S&P up 33, Nasdaq up 147.95 right now. It's all good. Let's see if I only had enough powder for a few though. Dang it! I wish I had more. But every win is a win. That's the key, isn't it? That's just it. 13.46 on Smart Rent, up 152. Rocket Lab 10.21, 10.19, 10.21, up 23 to 25 cents. Jump into VLTA at 9.06. Bet I can get $1 a share out of this. I don't know. I don't know, Michael. I don't know. Amber, I put in a buy limit for 9.01. Didn't come in. Gotta take off, everyone. Catch you this afternoon, Cloaked. You hang in there, man. We'll catch up with you. I think Rocket Lab will drop again, says Amber. Fendeville Games. I forgot to mention. Only do that short put strategy with the cash to buy the put back. You would only be using your margin to have your cash on hand freed up instead of being locked in. Amber, or at least one more time, come on back to me. We'll see. 23andMe 908, Matterport 15.35 up 55, Smart Rent 13.46 up $1.52. I love seeing that. 20-cent gain on Rocket Lab. AMC is at 41.07. ATIP up 5.5 cents. GameStop down 81 to 204.41. SoFi down 11 to 14.25. SoFi just flatlining right now, driving us crazy. Yes, Free Thinker. I'm less bull and more so ape. The stock could go to 500 next week. Could go to 100 next week. Either way, I buy more, never sell until the true moon. Amber, if not, I buy it at 10. And I don't lower my average. I cannot see Rocket Lab ever getting down to 901 though. Yeah, well, we never know. We just never know what these markets can do. They have a mind of their own sometimes, and it's all emotion. That's what they're trading on. It's all emotion. Emotionally, the Dow is up 221. It's emotionally happy today. S&P up 32, Nasdaq up 145. The emotions are very good there. So they like what they heard from Powell today. No shock to the system. Survived another Jackson Hole meeting intact with a bull market still ripping along, looking good. S&P and Nasdaq hitting new daily highs as we speak here. Interesting. Alrighty, Smart Rent 1349. Man, oh man. Rocket Lab 1021 up 25. And that about the high of the day. High was 1031 on 1.6 million for Rocket Lab. Looking good. Smart Rent 1354 volume 97,000 shares up $1.61. 1354 on only 97,000 shares. Wow, that's unbelievable. On the Smart Rent, no one's giving it up. They're going, yeah, what's up $1.60? I'm not selling. Yeah, it's 1354. I'm not selling. You can't have it. You want it from me? Pay me more. This is a good sign. This is a bullish indicator on a brand new listing. SPAC that just got listed to trade like this. This is a very good sign. Very interesting. 23andMe at 908. Matterport 1526. AMC 4091 up 60. GameStop down 86 cents. 204.36. SoFi still down 12 cents. The frustration continues on that one. Right here, right now. All right, there you have it, kids. We're coming to the 3-hour mark of our show. Thank you, all of you, for being here today. Really appreciate it. We're going to see you this afternoon at 3 o'clock, of course, for our final hour today. Those of you who are learning about options, if you want to learn how to write options, how to do spreads, aggressive option writing strategies and trading strategies, check out my classes on my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca for Canada. Check out the lessons, number 1 to number 10. You can watch any one of those anytime you want. There's no sequence. You can watch number 10 and number 2 and number 6 and number 4. It doesn't matter. Watch what you want to watch. Learn up on or study up on the area you want to study up on. I do a lot of examples. Jen helps me with the moderation on these live classes. We have questions that have been answered during the class, and you might find it very profitable. The cost of the class, $100. Heck, you write a contract for $12, buy it back for $9. You make $300 profit. There's 3 lessons right there. I mean, come on. You can make yourself some nice cash here. Learn how to do butterfly spreads and credit spreads on puts and calls. Learn how to make money in this option market. Make it work for you. Make that portfolio work for you. You could do rather well with it. Anyway, thank you, all of you, for being with me today. Really appreciate it. We're going to catch you at 3 o'clock this afternoon. See how these shares are going to do for us. So we've got GameStop at 205.27, up a nickel now. ATIP at 419. We got AMC at 4105, up 74. Matterport now 1535. ME at 907. Smart Rent 1338, up $1.45. Rocket Lab 1018, up 22. Looking great. Even IBM is up 51 cents. Unbelievable. What a heartbreaker that stock is, but it's still up a little. The Dow up 221. S&P up 31. Nasdaq up 140. And catch up with me this afternoon. Oh, look at all those knees coming in. Knee. They're coming in like crazy. Thank you, everybody, for your support of this channel and this YouTuber. Love you guys. Thank you for the 401 thumbs ups. We'll hit the knee buttons for all those thumbs ups. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. How you're helping me out. I appreciate it. Keep these stocks going. Let's keep this market running. We'll stay on top of it for you for the close today and see how much richer you guys are going to get. Let's hope. Thank you, everybody. Let's hope John Van gets something out of these GameStop shares. I don't know these options. I don't know, man. I just don't know. Man, I try so hard. It's not that easy, but we do the best we can. All right, kids. Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day at this point. We'll see you at 3 this afternoon. Don't forget, tonight, 7 o'clock Eastern, live trivia for members only for this channel and TWB. Got the questions all lined up. I'm ready to go. We got trivia tonight, 7 Eastern. Get ready. Thank you, everybody. Have a good one all. We'll catch you later at 3 o'clock. Bye for now.